All right, already off to a great start. All right, welcome bosses to Hoffcast. Here we go. I was trying to be professional with an intro there. I think I just played the outro on accident, so you'll probably hear the intro at the end of the show if I'm consistent tonight. So let me do a quick sound check here. We'll get to the show. Sounds pretty good. I think we're ready to get started here, everyone. I'm gonna try to be a little bit more professional of a host because I want to get paid one day. All right, so let's put on our serious faces and let's get to business. Hey, Hoff here. Welcome to Hoffcast. I believe this is episode number 42. Yeah, we're getting through them. I enjoyed doing this. Happy Tuesday, everybody. I'm your host, Hoff. If you're new to Hoffcast, this is a show where we just talk about current events, see theories, and we have a laugh at how insane the world is. I know it's not that catchy. I'll try to come up with something better, all right? But hopefully that's good enough for now. If you're new, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Wipe the ketchup off that subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up for your host, Hoff. That really helps me out and really helps out my ego, as well. And we're here to have a good time. We got a lot to talk about, but honestly, I don't really have a plan for tonight. I'm just being straight up with you. Before we get to all that, we are going to, of course, check out where you can find me if there's ever an issue. Like I get still right 2, because I'm still on 1 right now until, I think, July. So here we go. Here's the website right here. Hoffcast.com, everybody. Hoffcast.com. Official website of Hoffcast. This is where you can find out anything that you need to know, where to find me, get a hold of me. You can get all my website information here. Most importantly, I'll tell you when the next stream is. And look, it's right here. You just scroll right down. If it's on YouTube, I'll put it right there. If it's on Twitch, I'll put it there. If it's on YouTube. If it's not going to be on that week at all, I'll tell you in the Hoff Direct right there. Scroll down, just different stuff. I finally got podcast on there if you want to listen to like audio version of it. I know it's not as fun without the videos, but I'm actually going to start. I've been saying it a long time, bosses. I want to do just audio podcasts. Podcast is exclusive just to like Spotify and iTunes and not put them up on here. Maybe BitChute. But besides that, scroll down, lots of fun stuff. At the very bottom, if you scroll to the bottom, you can find links to all my connections there. Instagram, Twitch on there, which I should be streaming on Twitch and Odyssey tonight. I think it's up. I didn't check the Odyssey, but I have faith that it's on there. If you're watching on Twitch, I might have to bring it up just in case. If anyone's leaving any comments or anything, I don't want to miss out. I'm a jerk. I'm gonna try to bring that up right now. But yeah, I got that in the Twitter and then the YouTube link there. So yeah, that is the website, and you can always go to Hoffcast.com, everybody, to find out the news. All right, so let's just roll into this one a little bit. Like I said, I'm going to try to bring up my own show because I didn't bring it up on Twitch or Odyssey. Make sure that everything is going well on those fronts. Hopefully you all are doing well today. I'm on vacation from work, so I should have been way more prepared for tonight, but I just wasn't. I apologize. I've been like hanging out with friends all week, having a good time, trying to enjoy myself. It's been a long time since I had a vacation, so cheers to me and cheers to you all for a nice Tuesday here. So we're gonna kind of take it easy tonight. Just have a laid back kind of Hoffcast. All right, so let me make sure these are up here. I got to log in and stuff. Make sure that you participate in the chat as well. I always love when the bosses show up in the chat. Let me know how you're doing, what's on your mind. If there's anything you want to talk about, you want to bring up, All right, I get this verification code. So yeah, tell me if you're watching right now how you are doing today. If you had a good day, if you had a bad day. It was really rainy here. It's still rainy right now. I was going to leave the door open because it felt nice, my sliding door back there, but it was just too rainy. And the constant sound of rain makes me feel like I have to urinate. So I had to shut it Also, it would have been too loud, you know, probably for the microphone here. You've been, who's been peeing in the background at Hoff's for the past 30 minutes? All right, it says I'm live here. All right, cool. Looks like everything's up and going on that front. And let's check the Odyssey here. I think it's still up under last week's title, but that's just the way it is, I guess. I'll re-upload it later. It's under episode 41 right now on Odyssey because I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I'll have to correct that later. I'll re-upload it. Let's see. All right, Lowry, what's up, my man? I hope you're having a good day. Good to see you, bud. Cheers to you, bro. So let's just start off with some fun stuff. Let's see what I got prepared. I don't know if I got enough for tonight, but I can always look up more. Start off just a little goofy here. Does anyone remember this? I don't know how this came up the other day, but there was a real issue, a real health issue back in the 90s. If people didn't know about it. It was on TV for a little while. They talked about it a little bit. They tried to warn people. I think it still exists to this day. And a lot of people just ignore it. I think we should talk about it. I think we should bring it back. And Taco Bell plays a big part of it still to this day. Not just Taco Bell, but you know, other Mexican restaurants and whatnot. But I believe Shaq was the first diagnosed with this issue. Talking about taco neck syndrome, everybody.
It now appears that Shaq is suffering from the neck injury.
Of course we're concerned. That's one valuable neck.
Shaq is suffering from taco neck syndrome, TNS. It's caused by his craving for delicious Taco Bell tacos. And he's getting worse with every neck-bending bite.
There's nothing funny about TNS.
It's not natural.
It's a conspiracy, man.
It's a conspiracy, man.
Get some more of those tacos.
No, they're not paying me to play that, nor would I, because I don't even like Taco Bell. It's terrible, in my opinion. I don't even want it when I'm drunk. Like, okay, maybe when I'm drunk, but rarely. You know, I don't just say I want to get some Taco Bell.
With every neck-bending bite.
I remember seeing this when I was a kid, and I was like, "What?"
There's nothing funny about TNS.
It's not natural.
It's not natural. This guy looking over at him.
It's a conspiracy.
This is my favorite, paranoid fan. That's me right there.
Conspiracy, man.
I just wanted to start out with something fun right there, because I thought, I don't know, something brought that up in my head the other day. I have no idea what it was. Maybe I drove by a Taco Bell and that was the first thing that I thought of. I have no idea. Luckily, it was still on the internet. I was like, was that one of them Mandela effect things where I'm going to look it up and it wasn't Shaq? It was really freaking Sinbad. Luckily, I was right. I remembered that one correctly. But so no Mandela effect there, just a real issue that still goes on to this day. And that's why I try to stay away from Taco Bell. A big reason for it. I thought this was just kind of a funny random one right here. So, you know, when I was younger, I used to like NASCAR. You know, I used to like Family Guy. Denny Hamilin, he's been around for a long time. I watched back in the days of Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, Tony Stewart, Dick Trickle, Sterling Marlin, Swervin' Irvin, Ernie Irvin. I'm talking about Harry Gant, the Skull Car. But anyways, now we got Denny Hamlin. You can't even. It used to be called the Winston Cup. It was named after cigarettes, and they changed that. Now it's had like 18 names since then. But I don't really keep up with NASCAR anymore. I just don't think it's as interesting, unless there's a big wreck or something. I like to watch those still. But Denny Hamlin, he's been around a while. This article says NASCAR on Tuesday ordered Denley Denny Hamilin to begin sensitivity training this week. This one's not a joke. This is not Babylon B. I'm going to have some Babylon B articles coming. This is not Babylon B. NASCAR ordered on Tuesday for Denny Hamlin to begin sensitivity training this week after he posted I don't even think I could say that, anti-A meme from the television comedy Family Guy to criticize Kyle Larson's driving on the last lap at Talladega Speedway over the weekend. Hamlin deleted the tweet Monday night and apologized. Here's the issue. Why isn't no one criticizing Family Guy? The people who wrote it. Is Seth MacFarlane untouchable? So you're going to go after this guy for using his joke? Comedy's dying, everybody. Comedy's dying. I hate to see it. Pour one out for comedy. I'm going to pour one out in my mouth. He said, Hamlin said, I took down a post I made earlier today after reading some of the comments. It was a poor choice of memes, and I saw how it was offensive. It came across totally wrong. Maybe I'm wrong here, but Kyle Larson, I feel like this would only be racist in this situation. I shouldn't have said that word. It would only be ist in this situation if Kyle Larson was actually not white. But he's a white guy. Unless I'm wrong, unless he's like 2% Chinese or something. I don't know that, but I'm pretty sure Kyle Larson is a very American name. Now, granted, I do have a buddy who he's Vietnamese and was adopted, and he's got a more American name than I do. So if I were just to see his name on here, I'd be like, whoa, that guy's Vietnamese. Says Hamlin is a 3-time Daytona 500 winner who drives a Toyota for Joe Gibbs Racing. Says he also owns 23XL Racing with Michael Jordan. Oh, okay. This is where it's getting weird. Whoever thought Michael Jordan would ever own a NASCAR team? I'm telling you, they're trying to take over everything. They're trying to, I'm not talking about races at all right here. I'm talking about the cabal. You know what I'm saying? The people up there trying to make everything accessible to everybody, and eventually just tears it apart. Everything woke turns to shit, as the famous phrase goes. So he owns 23XL Racing with Michael Jordan and fields 2 cars supported by Japanese automaker. Well, it gets interesting here and then. One driven by Bubba Wallace, the only black driver at NASCAR's top level. So he's like half, but it was like when Jerome McGinley was the first African American captain of the NHL, and he was half. But I mean, I'll give it to him. Barack Obama, half, right? I'll give it to him. I'm not here to make those kind of claims. Fair enough. But anyways, let's just watch this. Let's watch the actual meme here. I'll show it. I don't give a shit.
How much signal I need to cut across 8 lanes? None? I turn now. Good luck, everybody else.
It's funny. And I'm not saying anything against any kind of races here. It's nothing to do with that. And Family Guy wrote it. So you go after Seth MacFarlane, not anybody else laughing at this, all right? You go after him. So I thought that was a funny one. What's up, LaSween Machine? What's up, my brother? How you doing tonight? Get your comment up on here. Hope you're doing well tonight, boss. He says, I feel like Trevor Noah was briefed on how to address and talk to the camera by the same CIA agent who briefed Obama. They have a similar cadence, similar timing, and a hypnotizing nothingness in them. I wish I had any cadence or timing. I'm not hypnotizing anybody, but yeah, no one trained me either, though, I guess. But yeah, you bring up a good point there, man. I guess if I were to be more like them, I would start talking during a Hoffcast like this. I want to thank the American people for tuning in and the non-American people to Hoffcast. And I appreciate y'all and your vote. I know I didn't sound anything like them. I was just doing that kind of rhythm to it, you know. Sweet Machine with another one says probably from the same Bill Gates robot factory. Got that Neuralink Microsoft cut program. Okay. All right. Already in running for joke of the night right there. I'm loving that comment. I like it, Lisween. I like the energy tonight. Bring in the heat. I need it. I'm feeling good tonight. I feel like at a loss for where to take this stream exactly, because normally I have a little bit of a plan, but tonight I'm just like, yeah, I'm just gonna wing it, see what happens, you know. No pressure. No pressure. Let's go ahead and get this out of the way, just so we don't have to worry about this the rest of the night. You know what I'm talking about. If you're a long-time watcher, you know what I'm talking about.
9 o'clock, you know, and asleep between 9 and 12, or he doesn't show up.
This isn't to you, Jared. This is to the kids.
His face. Right. I know it's easy to like pause on someone's face when they look goofy, but this goes on for like 4 seconds.
Well, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.
Well, yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas as well. Merry Christmas, and let's go, Brandon.
Let's go, Brandon. I agree. Hey, by the way, where are you in Oregon? Where's your home? I think we lost him.
Yeah.
Here's my theory. Whenever Brandon right there says, I think we lost him, I think what he was really hearing was someone in his earpiece saying, I think we lost him. They were talking about Biden. And he said it out loud, like when he did the salute the Marines thing. Can I find that real quick? Salute the Marines. Let me see if I can find that video. See, I'm gonna try to pull these together for you, because I truly think that's what happened in this situation. Is that, you know, he was saying out loud what he heard in his earpiece. Of course, they're gonna try to debunk it. Of course. All right, here it is. I found it. All right, gotta share this bad boy here. All right, this one. This is the one I'm talking about. This is the one where Brandon was walking through, and they tried to spin it to say, look, he's saying good-looking Marines. Already a weird thing to say, I guess, kind of. They were over the age of 12. Surprised he would say something like that. But the theory is that when what he was really doing was he's walking by, and they were saying in his earpiece, they're telling him to salute the Marines, and he just says it out loud and just mumbles it past him.
Salute the Marines. Salute the Marines.
It's like that Laurel and Yanny thing. Do you remember that? Where you could hear, it was like that video where there was that weird voice and it was saying like Laurel, and then you could either say Laurel or Yanny. Laurel's a real word. I don't know what a Yanny is. Isn't Yanni that guy who sings songs? But anyways, what do you think? To me, I can hear both, but I hear the ooh more in the salute rather than good looking Marines, you know, just the way I feel about it.
Salute the Marines.
They just walks right past it, doesn't salute. If he did think they were good looking Marines, why wouldn't he salute? He's just gonna say it under his mask. Gotta love him. Gotta love Sleepy Joe. I'm so glad that he's running the country. Yeah. And Elon Musk is the richest man in the world. If you believe that, whew, you got some learning to do. So back to the comments here. Swing Machine says Family Guy faded into lazy woke obscurity along with everything else at the same time. 2008, 2014, everything lost its soul. From YouTube to Star Wars to Family Guy. I know, man. Like, I stopped watching Family Guy after a while. I hear South Park's still good. I know a lot of people who still watch South Park. I don't really keep up with it, though. I don't even know where to watch it anymore. I'm sure I could sail the 7 seas and find it or something like that, but I haven't kept up with it. Excuse me, bosses. But that's completely true. I don't know. 2008, that's an interesting year, right? So, what about the 2012 thing? 2012 is, they say when the world ended, but the theory also goes is, the world really changed when Harambe got shot. That's when everything went wrong. That's when the string theory started to happen. The universes started colliding like bubbles, rubbing off on each other. You don't know the difference between Berenstain and Berenstain anymore. You don't know if Sinbad was in a movie about a genie or not. Yeah, you're talking about that accident that we were just watching, right? If you're talking about the NASCAR accident, look like he was just like that. If I can't win, no one will. I'm taking y'all. You're all going down with me. Barack Hoffa, more explosive than hashtag LGB. I think that would be my rap name for sure, Barack Hoffa. If I had a rap name. I'm really good at, freestyling. Does that honestly sound like the Ewok war horns? Treetop teddies. Hey man, that's ist. That's an ism. You better go on Twitter right now and apologize to those Ewoks for saying that about them. I had to apologize to raccoons for the trash panda reference once. I'm talking about the animal. There was one in a dumpster out there. I opened it up to throw him away some trash one time. He's just in there looking at me. I said, "Look at this trash panda." I had to go on Twitter and apologize to all the raccoons on Twitter. Yes, I'm talking about an animal. And yes, they use Twitter. They got the hands. They can do it. And they're in them dumpsters just tweeting all day. Believe it or not, that's what they're doing in there. So that's when I got canceled, really. And that's when they started shadow BAN-ing me from everything. They really took me down. Marsupials, they don't like me either. Most rodents don't like me. Mama Bear, hello. How you doing tonight? Hope you're doing well. Welcome to Hoffcast. We're just having a goofy, fun time here tonight. Just kind of taking it easy. I'm on vacation. I'm just taking it easy. Kind of a chill stream. Just hanging out, maxing, relaxing, all cool. Shooting some b-ball outside the school. See, I told you I could freestyle. I made that up. Trademarking that. And once I do that, I'll have the right to slap pretty much anyone I want. So let's take this. Look at this one. This should be fun. Woman stabs teen at Jimmy John's because she wasn't happy with her sandwich. First mistake was going to Jimmy John's. I'm not a fan of Subway, but Jimmy John's, Hoff's opinion right here is probably the worst. They call themselves gourmet sandwiches. It's literally just white bread with cold meat on it. Like I could make a better sandwich at home with just my own bread and condiments. So I don't even know how Jimmy John stays in business. The guy shoots elephants for fun in a trapped-in location, like it's some kind of sport. Like he's some kind of Jumanji character over there. So this woman stabs teen at Jimmy John's because she wasn't happy with her sandwich. I'd say it's taken a little too far. This is from High Point, North Carolina. A customer is accused of stabbing a 16-year-old employee at Jimmy John's. Demetrius Holman, 45, is charged with assault with a deadly weapon, inflicting serious injury, an injury to real property for the damages to the store. Employees told police that she threw several items at the teen after insisting that her order was wrong. Well, anything you order there is going to be wrong. High Point Police Department spokesperson said Holman had been previously refused service due to her behavior. I don't know if there's any footage of this. She's probably just going to say all the same crap
Christine,
I just said.
This is the Jimmy John's on North Main Street on this busy stretch of High Point. Police told us that the 16-year-old, while she's going to be physically okay, she still has serious injuries. Police were able to give us some more information as well as share an image of the woman they say is responsible for attacking her at work. That person is
the hair and the shirt match.
Holman. Police told us today that staff at the shop knew her. She was on a list of people that they did not serve, and now she is facing assault with a deadly weapon and vandalism charges. High Point Police told us today that Holman came to the store complaining about a sandwich that she had ordered, and despite staff offering her a refund, she became aggressive, throwing several items and then cutting one of those team members. That team member, we learned, is a teenager, and she had to go to the hospital for treatment. Police told us that they did arrest Holman at her home later on that day after the team members here were able to give them some more information about who she was.
The sheer fact that an adult finds it to be okay to physically assault someone because of a sandwich menu being wrong or a sandwich order being wrong is abhorrent. The fact that you were willing to assault someone, not only physically, but with an edged weapon over a sandwich being wrong, I can't explain how you come to that conclusion.
An employee here at the Jimmy John's, as well as a person who works for a PR firm.
If you try to stab somebody over a sandwich menu item, if you try to do that, you go at somebody, you try to take their life over a sandwich. I don't know how you come to that conclusion.
Who represents them both told us today they had no comment about the incident. Police did tell us that they do expect that 16-year-old
I don't know. She didn't look like she was on meth, though.
In High Point. Leanne Denyer, WXII 12 News.
Who am I to judge? I'm not here to judge, but I would say if I worked at that Jimmy John's, I'd give that woman whatever she wants. Because when you see someone like that, you got to have that mindset where you got to be like, if I mess up something on a menu, a sandwich on the menu, one of the items, someone could come to a conclusion I just might not understand. Remember that guy got stabbed at the Popeyes because he cut in line for a chicken sandwich? Sandwiches, there's so many sandwich-related deaths nowadays. It's getting kind of wild out there. Just make sure you watch your back when you're going to any sandwich location. I don't think that's being talked about enough on the news. See, I'm bringing you the real news here on Hoffcast. Screw CNN, screw Fox even. You get the real news here on Hoffcast about the real issue of the people getting killed over sandwiches constantly. That's the real issue in this society. I'll die on that hill. I'm gonna bring more attention to people with that. I'm gonna do like a Live Strong band with it. You know, I don't know what's gonna say. Sandwich lives matter, and I don't know what that means. I don't know. Just sandwiches with hearts around it, just so everyone knows that I'm here to eat a sandwich. It's just gonna say sandwiches. It's gonna have peace signs and hearts around it, so people know that when I'm wearing this at a restaurant, I'm not there to hurt anybody. And then we can start like everyone goes to the sandwich, whatever restaurants you go to, you wear it, you know who you can trust. I think it's a great idea. I think it's a great idea. I want to solve the sandwich issue in America. I'm going to do it. Someone needs to. I don't know if I talked about that last week or not, but I definitely want to bring it up this week. So I'm going to put that on the back burner. Oh, look at them. I'm searching. I know you can't see right now, bosses, but I'm just getting so many fact checks already. So I got to be careful about this one, I guess, later. LaSween said, I've already been canceled by the Ewoks. Man, they're ruthless. They're ruthless. I was rooting for the Empire. How the heck did the Ewoks take him out? Logs? Rolling logs down a hill? And one of them had a wingsuit made out of, it was like the original Avatar dragon or something, but he had a wingsuit he was flying around on with boulders. They were swinging boulders and logs. It's like the original 300, I guess, or something like that. 300 with Ewoks. I love the original Star Wars movies. I still don't buy that to this day. Swing says Patrick O'Toole with the common sense about the sandwich violence. I'm telling you, there needs to be awareness brought to it pronto, or else it's just going to keep happening over and over and over. Where are the statistics on it? I'll be the first to do one of those charts. I'll learn how to use Excel and do a spreadsheet. I hate doing that I hate computer work. I never want a desk job. Ugh. I like doing Hoffcast though. I don't mind sitting at the desk having fun with you bosses tonight. Cheers to you all. Yeah, cheers. I'll do that. Whoa. That coaster's wet and it's sticking to the mug. Sticking to my mug. Let's take a look at this here. You know, VidMax always has like toenails with fungus, like as soon as you click on it. for the ads. Like, and by the way, I don't have toenail fungus. I don't know why it comes up. It's random. All right, it's random. I don't search. My toes are fine. Actually, I might have an ingrown toenail, but that's not fungus related. That's a whole different issue. It says so as we all know, Elon Musk, the elongated muskrat, bought Twitter recently, and then like a few days later, the Brandon administration come out with a department for disinformation. I know I was talking about this last week, but now you get to see it. It's coming. It's 1984. It's literally like 1984. Holy crap. This is crazy what's going on. Who knew that Elon Musk buying Twitter would cause so much chaos in the world? Digital app, that if you just didn't have it on your phone, or if you just didn't look at it on your computer, it wouldn't mean a damn thing, really. I mean, I'm talking about if everybody did that. Not going to happen, especially now. I'm pretty anti-social media for the most part. Besides, I have my Instagram and Twitter accounts, but I normally, typically 95% of the time only post things trying to promote my show, or I will like things or retweet them or whatever, but I don't do too much, I don't put too many opinions out there, because I feel like I already do that enough, 3 hours a week on here, So I just don't feel the need to. If you want to hear my opinions, come to Hoffcast, watch the show, listen to the audio or whatever. By the way, I forgot to mention earlier while I was doing my whole spiel earlier that, I also have a BitChute channel where I upload a lot of things on there I don't normally put on YouTube, a lot of classic videos back in the day that I did about Chet Hanks and Tom Hanks. It's going to be a white boy summer. Also, I have an after show hangout that I do. If anyone wants to come hang out with your boy Hoff here after the show, chill for a little bit. The bosses like to show up sometimes. We have a good time. I'm on vacation this week, so I'll be up late tonight if anyone wants to join. And I might have, I think I have a few, if everything goes to plan, I should have another show the next 2 days. I should have another show tomorrow, I think with Pop Culture PB, and maybe a couple other people, and maybe I'll just, maybe halfway through it, just let it be an open thing or whatever. We'll see about that. And then on Thursday, I'm hoping to have Steve Harloha. So big things coming up here for Hoffcast. If you're just now joining the show, welcome. Cheers to you. Cheers to you, bosses. Make sure that you're subscribed because I think YouTube is unsubscribing from me all the time. Make sure you give me a thumbs up because that really helps the algorithm and it helps my ego. Mama Bear says toe jam. Yep. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You know, I'm being completely straight up, and I'm not trying to kink shame anyone. I might have mentioned this even before on Hoffcast, but I'm not into feet. I don't know how anyone can be into feet. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking, you know what I'm saying? People like feet. Just don't get it. No, I just don't. I mean, I'm not, once again, not trying to kink shame. If that's fine, if you like it, you know, that's fine. But yeah, just, you know, the first girl I ever dated in high school. Yeah. There for a few probably like, I don't know, 6 months or so. Young love, you know, young, dumb, and full of love, I guess. I never saw her feet. Saw everything else, but she never took her socks off. Not even when we went swimming in the pool. That's weird. And also, she was a psychopath. So glad I got out of that. But yeah. Hello, Tina Tomazuski. What's up? How you doing tonight, boss? I'm glad you're here. Glad to see you. She also says, I agree, Peter. I'm not even talking about it when it comes to a fetish. Like, yeah, even pretty feet are great. Exactly. I'm not even talking about, I'm not kink shaming. I just think feet in general are weird, but I'm not so weirded out that I want my girlfriend or my significant other or whatever to leave their socks on all the time because they're so ashamed of them. And I never led this girl to, I never said anything to this girl about, you know, not liking feet. I was too young, didn't even know that was a thing back in the day. Never even had any ideas about that. So it's not like I was like, hey, baby, I like everything about you, but you got to keep them feet covered. Oh, or else this just ain't going to work. I never brought it up. Thought it was weird. Never brought it up, though. Maybe she had webbed toes for all I know. Do you think when you go swimming and you got webbed toes, you'd want to take them socks off and so you could really take advantage of your talents? All right. Anyways, thank you, VidMax, for all that conversation about feet. It says, meet Biden's new head of the Ministry of Truth, 1984 reference, Nina Jankowicz. Jankowicz, who may just be the most arted person on TikTok. And this one says, we have just established a, by the way, this is VidMax. The people who write these articles, sometimes they're really bad. This is not my opinion. I'm just reading this. Sometimes it's bad grammar. It's bad spelling. I do my best to try to translate. All right. So we have just established a Mis- and Disinformation Governance Board in the Department of Homeland Security to more effectively combat this threat, not only to election security, but to our homeland security. We have so many different efforts underway to equip local communities, to identify individuals. Oh, dang. I think I'm just reading what this is what we're showing here or something. Let's just watch the video. Let's just watch the video. See, this woman already looks crazy. Look at the eyes. You can always see it in the eyes. You can always see it in the eyes.
Information laundering is really quite ferocious. It's when a huckster takes some lies and makes them sound precocious by saying them in Congress or a mainstream outlet. So disinformation's origins are slightly less atrocious. It's how you hide a little lie, little lie. It's how you hide a little lie, little lie. It's how you hide a little lie, little lie. When Rudy Giuliani shared that intel from Ukraine, or when TikTok influencers say COVID can cause pain, they're laundering disinfo, and we really should take note and not support their lies with our wallet, voice, or vote. Oh!
So this is the point of the show. We're going to say we're kidding. We're making all of this up. It's not really happening in the country you were born in, but it is happening. That's now a law enforcement.
What? I've not seen. I did not see that. I was. What? What are we? What's going on here? What? Tia says, "Yep, they always have that one wonky eye."
Official. It's also the person you just saw, an individual who brags about getting a master's degree from Georgetown University. In case you're wondering if the entire academic credentialing machine that sustains America's ruling class is in fact a joke. Spoiler alert, yes, it is a joke.
I froze up on that. I didn't know how to react. I feel like a lesser person after seeing that. Talk about misinformation. Pot calling a ghetto black. Dang. Whoa. Okay. So we're dealing with a whole new level of crazy now. We thought it was just, it says, God help us all. God help us all. I thought we were just dealing with like AOC and Nancy Pelosi, but dang, now we got this crazy. Whoo. I want to Google this lady. I want to know more about her. What was her name again? Nina Jankowicz. Jank. Be janky, right? So let's see some of these articles here on the jank. He says, "Shake it off, my friend. Shake it off." Guys, yeah, hard to go into that. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I apologize for not. I didn't have a warning for myself on that one, so we were all subjected to it together. So don't feel like I set you up for that. I promise I didn't. I went through the same pain as you did at the same time. All right, so Nina Jankowcz. Let's see what this Fox News article says. It says Nina Jankowcz is an American. Nina Janky is an American researcher, author, and commentator specializing in disinformation, and the executive director of the United States Department of Homeland Security's Disinformation Governance Board. She's 30. She's 33. 33. I've been seeing a lot of 33s lately. Oh, okay. Let's take a look at a couple of these articles. Oh, yeah, New York Post. They normally have something good on this kind of thing. We're just sailing tonight, bosses. We're just sail. So this one, let's go to you can trust these outlets as much as you want. I'm just showing the articles, all right? More toe fungus. Crap, we've been talking about it too much, bosses. Get it out of here. Why this ad? Websites you visited. I have not. I'm innocent. Anyways, White House disinformation czar Nina Janky makes TikTok account private. Nina Janky went viral last month after a video surfaced of her singing a revised version of a Mary Poppins song tailored around the, yeah. There's old Jen Nutsags. The Biden administration's new executive director of its disinformation governance board, so funny, has made her TikTok account private, thus removing it from the public space. Some on the social media platform question the move. Oh, I was looking at socks. Do you see this down here? I was looking at socks. That's where it came from. Okay, we solved the mystery. We solved it. Okay, I like ACAL clothing. I'm wearing an ACAL shirt right now. It wasn't because I'm looking at fungus feet. It's because I was looking at socks, everybody. Okay. Back to the article. Some on the social media platform questioned the move by Nina Janky, who has also been criticized after a TikTok video of her saying blah, blah, blah. We're not going to watch that again. I will not subject that to you again. I promise. She has been billed by the administration as an expert in this, but critics have said her position could be ripe for political bias and abuse. The board itself has generated criticism from Republicans who argue it will censor free speech. It's all really funny. On Tuesday, Lauren Boebert, God bless her heart, introduced legislation that would terminate the board. That would be freaking hilarious. More than 60 lawmakers joined her, including the Protecting Free Speech Act. I'm all about that. Hashtag freedom, hashtag ban censorship. Barb, what's up? Happy Tuesday, Pepperoni. Barb the Boss Bear. Cheers to you, Barb. What a boss. Love you, Barb. Anyways, yeah, thank you for being here. All of you, though. I appreciate all you bosses watching now and in the future. I'm sorry now and people watching in the future for what I subjected with that video a little bit ago. I swear I didn't know. I didn't know. And there's the crazy eyes again. Look at that. You gonna trust her? Maybe him? Allegedly? Maybe him? Following in the steps of Mao installing Biden's unconstitutional dystopian Department of Propaganda is trampling on the First Amendment and trying to control what people can and can't say, she said in a statement. I'm talking about Lauren Boebert, not Janky. In a news release to announce the measure, Janky was called a Russia hoax espousing radical who is on video singing and asking who she needs to have sex with to become famous and powerful. Her social media history reportedly reveals a history of siding with Democrats. Go figure. I mean, she's already elected to their board. Why was that a surprise? But I mean, go figure. And even going as far as labeling reports on Hunter Brandon's laptop is... No, it's not. Not all of it. I'm sure some of it is, but you can't just say all of it's untrue. Like, that's a lie. That's disinfo. The hypocriticism of these people. Hypocrisy. That was the word I was looking for. Hypocriticism. That is a word, but it's not the right way to use it right now. Many in the media have since concluded, as the New York Post initially reported, that emails on Brandon's abandoned laptop are authentic. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. Look at it. Look at that wonky. Tina says it's a telltale sign her brain's lopsided like that. You're gonna let this crazy woman tell you what to believe? Oh, if you do, oh, you're a sheep. You're an NPC. Crazy. So what else? What else we got on this witch? You know this lady's a witch, right? Her and Saki have rituals, allegedly. Bohemian. I can't even say that. This one says, says Biden takes deserved heat for Disinfo board and its politically charged director. Alleged President Brandon's Homeland Security chief last week announced his agency new blah, blah, blah. It says the Brandon administration is increasingly frustrated. Nice. As many observers ridicule the move and refer to the board as an Orwellian ministry of truth like 1984. The spread of disinfo can affect border security and public trust in our democratic institutions. Translation: if this government doesn't step in and change the narrative drastically, Americans might see what's going on at the southern border, among other things, and stop trusting us entirely, which may be long overdue. It's like that video. Yeah, what was that? Let me see if I can find that video real quick. I'm going to try to find this as quickly as I can. I don't remember these people's names. Oh, okay. I think I know what it is. I can tie this right back around. If I can find the video. Man, yeah, that one's buried. But it was that lady from I don't think I can find it. Because I have no idea how to search it, because I don't remember that lady's name. But it was from that show Morning Joe. It had that lady on there, that blonde lady. And she was talking about, like, it's not their job to tell the people what to think. That's our job. What? She said that out loud. Tina says sex magic. Blood sugar sex magic. Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're an Illuminati band. I still like their music. It says Americans are pushing back, and Brandon and his Department of Homeland Security are rightfully facing heat. Members of Congress, including 19 members of the House Oversight and Reform Committee, have vowed to keep an eye on the board. Senators, representatives, and plenty of others also question the constitutionality of the board, calling an attack on our First Amendment rights. I believe it is. It says, ironically enough, though, Janky has a well-documented history of promoting disinfo herself, including denying the veracity of the news reports on the contents of Hunter Brandon's laptop. The Brandon administration is purporting that Janky is qualified for this position. No, she's a paid mouth, is what she is. Paid mouth. And that's not disinformation. No, I don't think it's Megyn Kelly. It's that woman with on Morning Joe. I can't remember her name. That she's got like the short blonde hair. I think Trump once said that she's had so much plastic surgery that she bleeds out of her face. I can't remember that. I cannot remember that lady's name. But anyways, it's a short clip. It's only like a 10-second clip. If I can find it, I would. But they try to bury that so hard, it's hard to find. You can find it in like compilations and edits stuff. People use it quite frequently. So one more on this crazy lady. This says Brandon Disinfo boss Nina Janky once belted out a raunchy parody Christmas song. I don't know if I want to hear her sing anymore. President Brandon's new, blah, 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 belted out a raunchy parody version of a Christmas song, changing the lyrics to ask who she needed to F to become famous and powerful. Oh, so that's where the joke comes from. I want to be rich, famous, and powerful, step on all my enemies, and never do a thing. Janky sang in the clip from 2015. Who do I to be famous and powerful? She's witchcraft. I've done everything I can, and now the rest is up to you. Her version of My Simple Christmas Wish. Never even heard of that song, to be honest with you. I know a lot of Christmas tunes. I thought I knew all of them, but I don't think I've ever heard My Simple Christmas Wish. I'm not familiar with that one. It's a 1998 song from David Friedman. And the original line was, who do I have to fake? Actually, it's kind of funny. You can't offend me with a joke. I'm offended of I don't like hypocriticism, as I said earlier. Hypocrisy. All right, okay, if this is too bad, we won't watch too much of it. All right, bosses. It's 4 minutes. We're not going through it all, that's for sure.
Ever since I was a baby, I have had one dream in mind. And each Christmas, I think maybe it will finally come true. It's a simple wish that everyone has had from time to time. So I know you'll understand me when I share my dream with you. I want to be rich, famous, and powerful. Step on all my enemies and never do a thing.
This lady's got a lot of ego.
Rich, famous, and powerful. So all I have to do in life is sit around and sing. I don't want to work, struggle, or compromise. When I set a goal, I want to reach it right away. Paying your dues, that's just for other guys. As for me, I want what I want, and I want it all today. I don't want to audition. I don't want to take class. I want to be discovered while I'm sitting on my ass. I should not have to struggle.
Sounds about right. I think this is the truest thing she's ever. This is no disinformation here. This is the truest thing she's ever said.
What did I get? I'm still not rich, famous, or powerful.
All right.
Streisand has it all, and I can do what she can do.
All right, I'll stop it. I'm sorry, Tina. I was waiting until she got to the F word. I looked it up. Barb said Megan Kelly. Tina says, I think you're right. Her name is the reason I had to look it up. I can't pronounce her name, but Mika Brzezinski is the lady I'm talking about. Mika Brzezinski. Maybe if I can look that up, maybe I can find the clip. But I really doubt it because they bury that clip hard. Beautiful clip, though. Love to have it on the show. Oh, I found it. Look at that. Found it. Just couldn't remember her name. Tina says she wants to take this lady definitely she definitely found her ways up the old corporate ladder that, you know, most people don't want to take. A lot of people want to work hard. I guess she works hard on her own ways, you know. Her job requires knee pads. So this is the clip I've been talking about for like an hour now. Mika Brzezinski. I couldn't remember that name. That's an odd name.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I hear. What Yamiche just said is what I hear from all the Trump supporters that I talk to who were Trump voters and are still Trump supporters. They go, yeah, you guys are going crazy. He's doing, what are you so surprised about? He's doing exactly what he said he's going to do.
Well, and I think that the dangerous, edges here are that he's trying to undermine the media, trying to make up his own facts. And it could be that while unemployment and the economy worsens, he could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think. And that is our job.
Yeah, if you look at the issues.
So just remember. Let's watch that. Let's rewatch that. No Carhartt. No. I want to rewatch that. I had a little hiccup there. Watch it with. It's probably true of hers as well, but I will watch it without that comment up as well. I'm probably gonna get Steve Reich too tonight. So let's watch that, at least the ending of that, like one more time.
Edges here are that he's trying to undermine the media, trying to make up his own facts. And it could be that while unemployment and the economy worsens, he could have undermined the messaging so much that he can actually control exactly what people think, and that is our job.
Yeah, if you look at the issues,
that's our job. No, don't you be taking work from us. It took our jobs. He says, "Oh, what? Just like well, they're all in cahoots. You know, they're all paid off. It's all the same payroll, allegedly." You know, that side owns that part of the media, and it's failing. It's failing miserably now. You know, you saw what's happened to CNN Plus. You know, Tucker Carlson has the highest ratings. They're very mad about that. Elon Musk buying Twitter. You know, maybe Trump going to come back on. I mean, I predict that he will as soon as he can. You know, just my opinion there. I could be wrong. Could be proven wrong. He might want to push this Truth Social thing as far as he can. But I just don't think the man can resist his millions and millions of followers getting him back on the Twitter. So these people are becoming very, very, very concerned about the truth coming out. And that's why they need this crazy hoe, Nina Janky, whatever her name is, and Mika Bertuzzi, to Jen Nutsacky, all these crazy witches out there. Nothing against women. I'm just saying they happen to throw women out there a lot to take the heat on these things, do they not? We're kind of seeing a trend here. They kind of throw a lot of women out there to take the heat on these things. Kind of a cowardly move, in my opinion. Because, but they're strong, brave, stunning women. So they don't need a man. They don't need no help. But they don't need me to stick up for them. I wouldn't, but not these ladies. But they're getting real concerned because the pendulum's swinging. People don't want to listen to these people anymore because they've lied to them so many times. And once they get lied to over and over and over, the trust isn't there anymore. And whenever it comes out, whenever someone else has a voice to have a debate on something like, hey, here's something that might actually change people's minds about what you just said. And then they know they're lying. So their best argument is to try to silence you. And that's it, because they know the truth will tear down their entire argument, way of life, their entire way of thinking. I guess that'd be more the people who follow that, but the people who control it, they're the ones who are getting worried right now. The people who follow it, they'll just follow these people into any deep, dark hole that they'll take them down. And whatever's popular, whatever the thing is of the week, they'll put on their Ukrainian flags and get their jabs and promote the stuff going on with, like, I'm not going to get into like pro life and choice stuff. I'm not here. I'm not going to talk about that, but it's just the hypocrisy that you see with these people when it comes to these things and how much they'll like praise something, even if they know that they're not right, but just because it's their side and they hate the other side so much. I'm not saying what's right and what's wrong. I'm not saying that, but in their mind, they might not think that they're right, but they cannot agree with the other side because they hate the other side so much that they'll just push their lie as far as they can, all the way until the next new trend coming up in the next week. And then we'll forget about whatever was going on before. Normally, a lot of these trends or these media trends that you see come out nowadays, it's freaking hilarious. And it ties all back around with the disinfo is the disinformation, in my opinion, comes out first. Oh, like, and people always believe the first thing that they hear. Well, unless you're smart and you're a critical thinker, and then you'll be like, oh, wait a minute. If these people are telling me this, I'd be better off doing a little bit more investigating and holding out for just a minute until I find out some more information on it. Probably your better bet is to even say, if these people are telling me something, the opposite is probably true. And that happens. It's like the old phrase, what's the difference between conspiracy theory and fact? It's 6 months. So it's all about the disinformation comes out first, and then over time people have to like disprove that or show what actually happened, and that takes way more time to catch on. They know that psychology behind that people are going to believe the first thing they hear, so they want to be the first out there to lie to people. That way they can control the lie, rather than all these people have to come in after, have to do way more work to try to disprove their lie that they already said first and foremost, to get whatever false trend, psyop, or whatever crazy narrative that they want to push on everyone, control us with, is for this week, you know, whatever the trend is. So we're seeing them working overtime right now, hardcore, with trying to fight what they call misinformation with their own misinformation. They're fighting fire with fire, basically, and what they call it. And you can believe or whatever you want, but I'm just seeing what happens. I'm seeing the people who lie. They all lie for sure, but I've seen the ones who really own it, the ones who control it. And Elon Musk, he's like an outsider, and much like Trump, like, you know, I think they're all part of the big club, but I think Trump and Elon Musk and people like him, they're not in the same parts of the, like in the same sections or groups or whatever, and they're outliers. And the other ones, you know, the other ones are like, well, he didn't abide by our rules, so we got to fight him, and we don't like what he's doing. He's not in with our money. He's trying to make his own money, and we're not having that because you're taking out of our pocket. Just like that Mika Brzezinski said, that's our job. He's taking our work. He's taking our paychecks. And now CNN is declining, and all these MSNBC, they're all declining because of that, because people found out, you know. So we're seeing it crumble, and hopefully this I don't know where the future is going to take us all, but hopefully it's in a more positive direction. I could be completely wrong on that. It could get worse and worse and worse. Elon Musk might just want to own Twitter, so eventually he can use the AI in it to put it in the Neuralink chips in our heads and control us all like robots. I don't know. That's just, you know, could be wrong about all this. But I do know that there is a fight from these people to try to control what is being said and how we hear things and how we react to things, and how to control us. I do know that. So, Lowry, thank you, brother. Hope you're having a good night, man. Mr. Hugh, how are you doing? Just popped in to say hi. Peace off later. Thanks, bud. Thanks. Hit that thumb up or you're a bum. Yup. Told you I could freestyle. All right, so a big reason, in my opinion, they want to they want to control what the narrative is because obviously it all ties back into a one world thing, you know, order, got new world, blah blah blah. Trying to choose my words wisely here on purpose. America is one of the strongest countries, and everyone knows it can't be taken from the outside in. They got to destroy it from the inside out with corruption and destroying the values of the people who have held them since the country was made. And I'm not saying that you have to believe one certain thing. That's the beautiful thing about America. The issue is they're taking advantage of that and trying to flip it back on us with that sort of thing, and use freedom as a weapon, literally. And that's the scary part of their agenda, is because they want us to be the same thing as like China or all these other countries, you know, and one currency, one language, you know, allegedly maybe like in the future, if you get like a Neuralink chip in your head, you'd be able to talk to anyone or from around the world because it would just translate it through your head. So you could say something, it would translate for that person. It's just, I don't know if this is true or not. Just things I've heard, but the only way to take America over is from the inside out and destroy the values over generations. And that's definitely what they're doing. That's why they're going after kids so hard right now. That's a scary thing, is how hard they're going after the kids. Want to control them now, especially with the technology, movies, trends, fashion, just, you know, agendas of you know, sexual agendas. Like, where's I thought I had one up. Well, I had one up earlier. Let me see if I can find it in the find it in my history here. There's one I wanted to bring up about what these crazy people are doing to these kids. Give me just a second here, boss. I'm looking for it. I need a producer so I can just have some music playing here instead of humming. Get some elevator music playing. Here we go. Because we're going up. All right, so this one. This is so weird. This whole thing here is weird. All of this kind of just throws me off. First of all, location, South Carolina. Let's read the title. South Carolina church to host drag queen event named Drag Me to Church. So much going on with this. Just in this one sentence that's not that long of a sentence. There's so much going on that it's hard for me to process. So let's try to break it down little by little. Location, South Carolina. You'd think be pretty conservative red area. Could be wrong on that. Maybe it's in a city or something here. Second, church, South Carolina church. All definitely conservative. Definitely. Bunch of white people, no doubt. You know, they're down there. They got rattlesnakes down there. They're doing. God will not let this snake bite me that I have around my neck. They're doing that kind of thing. And then the next part of it says to host drag queen event. Huh? Say what? What are we doing here? What's going on in this church? It's kind of weird. And then it says that the event is named Drag Me to Church. That has to be a direct reference to Drag Me to Hell, right? They're trying to turn church into a unholy place. And Barb says, no effing way. This is why I don't go to church anymore. I don't either. I believe in the Holy Spirit and the higher power, but I don't. This is why I don't go to this stuff anymore. Either. I don't. They become. Who knows what they're going to try to push? It's crazy. Who has infiltrated this? Just like NASCAR, they're infiltrating the churches inside out. And I'm not trying to get redneck with you here tonight. And boy, you better not take my gun and don't tread on me. But it's true. Like you don't have to be a redneck to hold values, similar values about the First Amendment, the Second Amendment, and freedom of religion. And you don't have to be a hick. That's the kind of, or a redneck or anything like that. Southern boy, you don't have to be. A lot of smart people, that's just the caricature. They like to make out people who hold those values so that they can destroy them. Make them look like toothless fools, like they're incoherent of any kind of thought, like they're all they do is they farm, and we got all they're doing out there is farming. They don't know nothing. They don't keep up with society. They don't know nothing. It's and that's why Bill Gates is buying up all the farmland. And they're trying to make these people look how bad it is. So no one's going to help out the farmers if no one likes the farmers. And guess what? A lot of them are conservative, and they believe these same values of freedoms and that's why they do what they do. It's the way they were raised. It happened for generations. It's all this time back in to destroy America from the inside out, to corrupt it like an acid, like a cancer. Tina says, it really makes you wonder why they hate Christians so much. Why are they such a threat to them? In my opinion, Tina, I think for one, if people believe in a God or a higher power, whatever you believe in spiritually, you hold that authority of that God over the authority of man. So if you take into the word of a higher power spiritually more than the word of man, they can't control you as easy as saying that the higher power doesn't exist. Only we do. And so when they can remove it and just pushing the Satanism, that's just the whole thing. The Illuminati and they call it, and Aleister Crowley and all of them have been doing for a long time, just taking just regular magic and using it as black magic, trying to manipulate people. But I truly believe it's because the values they hold aren't consistent with their values of hatred and wanting, and is a big thing, because these people only think more about themselves than others. So they can't believe in a higher power that is about love. So that's why I believe that they push these dark things so much, you know, like goth and metal music and everything like that. And don't get me wrong, I like metal and stuff, but I just know where it comes from. I know it's not hypnotizing me, at least too bad, but did in my youth, not anymore. But it's just the way to do it is to corrupt and to try to change the values so that you think that they're for squares or something, or for rednecks, or for hillbillies, or the uneducated and deplorables, as Hillary Clinton would say. And Tina said, that's just my opinion, though. And Tina says, yeah, I have a Christian values, but I don't do organized for the same here. Barb says that is not Christianity. Definitely these people, you know, who try to do these sorts of things, they're false, you know, false prophets, whatever you want to say. You know, they're wolves in sheep's clothing. They're the snake in the grass. That's for sure. Tina says they're buying up all the farmland so they can grow their GMO crops. GMOs give lab rats tumors. We're next. Hands down. Hands down. That's one part of it. I also think they want to, yeah, they're making this food shortage crisis happen, all on purpose to just basically take everything from us. Like, oh, good old Santa Claus Schwab said, you know, you will own nothing and you'll be happy. So they're trying to take everything from us, do a socialist agenda, make sure that we rely on them for everything, get our government cheese every week, and they control our lives, and we don't have to worry about anything. Barb says they already hijacked the rainbow, and now they want our name. Yeah, that's the thing. They want to hijack every name. You're completely right about it. Hijack's such a great term for that. They're doing it with everything. They started out, when I started going red pilled a little bit is because I've said this story, I think, before. I'll tell it again real quick. I'm a big fan of Star Wars. And whenever the new Disney movies came out, I remember The Force Awakens came out, the first one that they did. And I thought it was decent when it came out. I still think it's not a bad movie. Yeah, it was a rip off of A New Hope, but you know, I thought it was, like, overall, I thought it was a good start to something. You know, maybe they could just branch off with that. Like, that's a good reboot, and then branch off to some cooler stuff, like an original story. Oh, I was so wrong. And people tried to tell me during the first one, like before The Last Jedi even came out. Sorry, talking about nerd shit right now. But before The Last Jedi even came out, they were like, no, this is bad. Like, The Force Awakens was terrible. Like, Rey's not a good character. I was like, we'll see what happens. Then we saw what happens. I'm not going to say the rest of the history, but it was the worst freaking franchise I believe I've ever seen. Worst trilogy. I would never go back and watch any of them ever again. It was a waste of my time. It was a waste of everybody's time. It was a big failure, and they don't even want to talk about how big of a failure it was anymore. But the whole thing behind that is I was able to see through something I was passionate about that I was wrong. And eventually I just had to wake up and say, this is crap. It's this, like, who am I? I'm lying to myself at this point. I'm not lying to anybody else right now. Wanted to enjoy it because I love Star Wars, but that just opened my eyes to seeing about how things are getting infiltrated. And this wasn't Star Wars. It was Disney Star Wars. It was definitely something else to it that didn't seem like it was coming from a good place or a creative place. It seemed like there was far more about agendas and social narratives and virtue signaling and everything like that. So the story completely took a back seat, and it only snowballed from there. That was the start of it for me. And then at this point, I can just kind of see it in just about everything now. Once you start seeing their language, being able to read their language, see their symbols, see what their real motives are, it becomes very easy to read their language, and you know who not to trust. Tina says they actually pay farmers not to farm. I've personally met families in Virginia who are paid not to grow corn anymore, but yet food, yeah, they're paid, and they'll take oil and they'll drag oil throughout the field so they can't grow anything else on it after that. They'll put sludge all over it so it's unusable, and they get paid for that. Like, wow. Like, people just need to wake up, see what's going on. And these things aren't not being talked about enough. But anyways, we haven't even watched this article yet. Let's watch this for a second right here. We only got to the title, but it says, say you had enough when you saw that French teacher performing in drag for high school students in Middleton, Wisconsin. Well, get ready for more woke craziness. This time in a church. Wow, never thought I'd be saying that. Trinity Lutheran Church of Greenville, South Carolina has announced a Drag Me to Hell event featuring Lady Douche. this is not Babylon B. This is not the Babylon B. I just want to make this clear to everybody. This church hired a drag queen called Lady Douche to perform for kids. Well, it's not replacing a regular Sunday service in the sanctuary. Oh, that's too bad. The church is still sponsoring this event on site scheduled for Thursday evening in the church gym. I didn't know gyms had, or just had gyms. Mine didn't. I had a basketball hoop out back for Wednesday night youth, but I wonder if they'll open this gender-bending drag queen performance with prayer. The Trinity Lutheran Church Facebook page promises you'll be endlessly entertained as the Lady Douche leads us through her unique style of worship, which includes as many laughs as it does a... I can't finish that. I'm trying to be blasphemous here. Let's watch this.
So you say you've had enough? You saw that teacher performing in drag for high school students in Wisconsin? Well, get ready for more woke craziness, this time in a church. Trinity Lutheran Church of Greenville, South Carolina announces Drag Me to Church, featuring Lady Douche. Keep in mind, it's not replacing a regular Sunday service in the sanctuary. It's an event scheduled for a Thursday evening in the church gym. So I wonder if they'll open the drag performance with prayer. The Trinity Church Facebook page promises that you'll be endlessly entertained as the Lady Douche leads us through her unique style of worship, which includes as many laughs as it does amens. The announcement says the drag show is about church, faith, and God's inclusive love. Yes, folks, churches need to be inclusive. People from all walks of life, rich, poor, prostitutes, drunkards, homosexuals, should be welcomed in. They need to be places where the gospel and Jesus changes their lives, not where they change the church to embrace worldly ways. Hebrews 13:8 tells us that Jesus is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He's unchangeable. He never bends with a culture. No one ever changes Jesus or the life lessons he has given us. They remain forever. Folks, if this is how churches are hoping to fill their pews after the pandemic, they're walking down the wrong path. Yes, God loves everyone, including drag
not here to
queens,
preach, by the way.
But he wants us to come into a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. It's not about being entertained by a drag queen or anyone else. Churches should be holy temples, a place where we bring honor and glory to him, not to us. How does a man dressed like a woman strutting his stuff in a church bring glory to God? Isn't it really a slap in his face? It's saying, God, you may be the creator of the universe, but when you created me, you made a mistake. I really feel like a woman. I'm not a man. It's saying, I know better than God. So I'm creating myself in the image that I have for myself, not in his image or what God intends for me. Remember, Jesus overturned the tables of the money changers who conducted business in the temple. So how do you think he feels about drag shows in church? Isn't it disrespecting his temple? Yes, Jesus did hang out with tax collectors and prostitutes, not because he approved of their actions, but because he wanted to build them up and transform their lives, show them the way, the truth, the life.
Yeah, not promote it.
He never condoned their sin. In fact, when the Pharisees were ready to stone a woman caught in adultery, Jesus said, let those without sin cast the first stone. We Christians should never cast stones at drag queens or anyone else. We too are sinners. But also as followers of Jesus, we try to be like him. And that means showing compassion for people, but also pointing the way to godliness.
No, the reason I'm casting stones, I'm not without sin, obviously. I'm definitely a sinner. I'm casting stones because this is intentional. This is obviously like an attack. This is not some prostitute wandered into a church and needed some help. No, this is an agenda. This is a all-out show trying to promote. This isn't like, oh, you're welcome here. No, this is something being pushed in there. Completely different. Completely different. I guess still sinning either way.
So like Jesus, who told the woman he did not condemn her for adultery, we need to remind Trinity Lutheran to go and sin no more. Well, that's it today from the Global.
My favorite part about this, thank goodness it's Lady Douche. I was pronouncing it wrong the whole time. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, everybody. I got the name. I thought it was Lady Douche. It's Douche. How could I be so dumb? Oh, I gotta be. Wasn't saying it right. That reporter got it right, though. I heard him. Lady Douche. I was wrong.
Style of worship.
What? Definitely not douche. Why are you letting someone named Lady Douche into the church? I mean, like, wait outside for a minute. We'll get some holy water. And then we'll wash you off, and then we'll bring you in. All right. Wash the makeup off first, then we'll bring you in. All right. Because we don't want this place burning down when you step foot in here. So let's do that first, and then we can proceed to talking about the rest of your life. Wow. I'm sorry. No offense to anybody. You can be a drag queen if you want. I just say don't promote it in churches with kids. Just do it on your own time in a gay bar or something. All right. That's all I ask. Do it with consenting adults. That's all I ask. All right. Let's see what else is going on here. Thank you all bosses for being here tonight. Yeah. Tina says, where does he want to take it? Exactly. That's the thing. You give him an inch and take a mile, you know. Doesn't bring glory to God. No, it does not. So that's right. It's straight up evil. The only way to coin it. That's the way to, you know, infiltrate from the inside out. That's the only way to really get everybody. Because you can't just, if you're one of these people and you want to take away Christianity because you're evil and you want to control people, you're not just going to walk up to the church and be like, I hate all of you. You all should believe the way I believe. No, you sneak in there like a snake, like these people are doing, and you try to make friends with them. And then you slowly change their minds. And then you get to the kids and you get the next generation growing up in church saying, oh, yeah, we should just let all. I mean, I'm not saying if you're a bad person, you shouldn't be able to come into church to change your life. That's not, once again, that's not what's happening. It's the opposite. It's bad people trying to turn the good people bad instead of good people trying to turn the bad people good. So we gotta be stronger than this. Come on, Greenville. What are you doing, Greenville? We gotta be better than this. You know, get a hose with a whole tank of holy water and just spray them off before they walk in. Say, remove the wig. Get ready for some cold water. Then we'll talk. Oh, forgive me, Lord. All right, what else we got going on tonight, bosses? Hope you're all having a good time. I know I'm having a good time. Still got a lot to go over here. Good amount here. I've been on for about an hour and a half here so far. Tina says next week at church, the Dollhouse topless dancers will be performing. No doubt. No doubt. Lady Douche. I said, I was saying Lady Douche. I'm such an idiot. Why would it be Douche? I mean, it makes no sense. It's obviously his or her real name or whatever. All right. We'll stay. I'm not trying. Okay. I'll talk about, there's a lot of crazy men in the world. All right. I'm not trying to go against freaking women all night or anything. That's not what I'm trying to do. Right now, there's a lot of crazy women out there, and I love you women here at Hoffcast. I really do. The lady bosses for sure. Tina, Barb, you know, when like Sarah, all you ladies show up. I used to be a couple more. I think I drove them away. I have that effect on women. No, it has nothing to do with that. These are funny stories. It has nothing to do with me like trying to go after women. In fact, this guy in this story is crazier than the woman. So just throwing that out there. I'm sure you all have heard this, but we're going to talk about it anyway because I want to talk about this. I haven't had a chance to really talk about it. Toe fungus. Oh, I wanted to talk about toe fungus again. Yeah, Megan Fox admits that she and Machine Gun Kelly drink each other's blood for ritual purposes. Probably in a church gym somewhere. That part's not true, but the rest of it is. The rest of it is. All right. Where do I... Okay. I gotta find another one real quick. Give me just a second here. I have to find another thing real quick. While you're just thinking about that headline. I have to bring this up in order to connect it back around. Oh, come on. Don't let me down, Google, like you always do. You're very good at that. That's for sure. Oh my gosh. I don't know if that's the same one I wanted to see here. Oh, it's got to be CNN. Ugh. Oh, gross. I'm not even getting a video from it. It's just a dang picture. There's a video. I hope this is the right one, bosses. I'm not going to keep wasting your time looking for the other one. I want to wait for this ad to play. So while we're waiting for this ad to play, just wanted to thank you all for being here tonight. I hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday. I hope you are enjoying yourselves. Hope you're enjoying Hoffcast. All right, so here we go. I'm going to stop sharing this one. I'm going to share this one. And then we're going to get back to that one. So I'm going to tie it back around. I'll tie all this back around. So remember this old chestnut. It's happened on the campaign time. This you can tell they're social distancing.
About QAnon. It is this theory that Democrats are a satanic pedophile ring and that you are the savior of that. Now, can you just once and for all state that that is completely not true and that disavow QAnon in its entirety?
I know nothing about QAnon.
I just told you.
I know very little. You tell me, but what you tell me doesn't necessarily make it fact. I hate to say that. I know nothing about it. I do know they are very much against pedophilia. They fight it very hard, but I know nothing about it.
They believe it is a satanic cult run by the deep state.
Let me just tell you, what I do hear about it is they are very strongly against pedophilia, and I agree with that. I mean, I do agree with that, and I agree with it.
But there's not a satanic pedophile cult
no
being run
idea.
by.
I know
you
nothing
don't know
about
that? Okay.
No, I don't know
you
that.
Just this
neither
week.
do you know that.
Okay.
We all know, again, the device of I
So
don't know anything about it, but
when we get back to here, this next, we get back to the Megan Fox thing. This doesn't really have so much to do with children, as it just has to do with satanic bloodsuckers in Hollywood, and you know that rolls downhill. So back to the Megan Fox thing here. Oh, Machine Gun Kelly. It sounds like a nice guy right there. I don't know much about him. I don't listen to his music. The guy looks like a crazy man. And I know he got into a fight with Corey Taylor from Slipknot. Never really been a huge Slipknot fan. I like some of their songs, but I definitely take Corey Taylor over Machine Gun Kelly any day. Says Megan Fox would like to clear up what people think about her and fiance Machine Gun Kelly drinking each other's blood. Let's clear it up. Let her clear it up. At least let her have a say in this. Before we jump to any kind of conclusions, let's let Megan Fox at least tell us why.
I guess drink each other's blood might mislead people, or like people are imagining us with like goblets and we're like Game of Thrones drinking each other's blood.
Goblins.
It's just a few drops, but yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual purposes only. It is used for.
You're just gonna skim over ritual purposes. What's the ritual? You can't just say it's for ritual purposes and not explain what the ritual is. Satanic? Trying to channel the dark arts in order to gain more power and fame? Is that what it is? Drawing the old pentagram on the floor, putting some candles around it, and then just cutting yourself open and bleeding and making crazy sex all over that thing like an animal? Oh, now I'm getting turned on. I better stop. Anyways, let's continue.
For a reason, and it is controlled, where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like
chaotic
cut it.
Chaos. They love chaos. These people are all about the chaos. You know, you ever heard chaos theory? Or you know, like no, not completely related, but you know, no press is really bad press as long as they're talking about you.
Cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul.
Take my soul. He ain't got one no more. He already sold it to the damn devil. That's for sure. Devil's already got his soul. No machine gun.
Lean on you. It doesn't.
Let's go back. This lady's crazy. But all the good looking ones are crazy.
Yes, we do consume each other's blood on occasion for ritual.
What about the AIDS? What about the diseases? Come on. You gonna trust Machine Gun Kelly to not have a couple of his blood diseases, a couple of VDs? Come on.
Purposes only. It is used for a reason, and it is controlled, where it's like, let's shed a few drops of blood and each drink it. He's much more haphazard and hectic and chaotic, where he's willing to just like cut his chest open with broken glass and be like, take my soul.
Did you hear the way she said that? Take my soul. Like, whoa.
Me bleed on you. It doesn't not happen, let me tell you. Maybe not exactly like that, but a version of that has happened many times.
Well, she didn't get into the exact details of what was going on there, I'm guessing, but nutty, satanic, crazy, elite, cabal people. These are the people look up to. Oh, I want to be so much like Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. Next time I get with my significant other, we're going to cut each other open and bleed on each other. Next time you got a freaking bunch of people dying because of these idiots telling them to cut each other open while they're banging. It's the new chicken sandwich incident. You know, we got to bring light to these things. People getting killed buying chicken sandwiches. People dying trying to do satanic rituals. They're not in the elite Hollywood. Don't do this at home, kids. Do not drink your significant other's blood without first going to a doctor. I would say don't do it, period. I'd say just don't drink anybody's blood. And the bottom line, nothing past that. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'd say the only time you should ever drink someone's blood, and it's not technically drinking, the only thing I could think of is if someone got bit by a poisonous snake and you had to like suck the venom out of their arm or something. You know, that's the only time I could think of would be appropriate. Any other time, no. And that's not even going to happen that often in your life. I guarantee you, if ever. Happens very rarely to people where you have to suck venom out of somebody's limb from a venomous snake. These people are crazy. They got the Alec Baldwins, you know, this. So Machine Gun Kelly, I wish we could hear his part of this. Hopefully that we get a two-parter eventually where we get to see his take on this. All this is just distractions and whatnot. It's a lot of distraction. Let's do, I wanted to show this. This is, I'm going to say straight up, this is on Reddit. And yeah, I know I'm a piece of shit for being on Reddit. I apologize, but every now and then I browse and I try to get through. I try to get through the things that I think are dumb and the things that are, I guess, you know, maybe have a little bit of merit to them. But I saw this. They have that Met Gala last night. I think this picture's from last night. But I've seen pictures of him wearing other things from the Met Gala. So I think this is from last night. So it says, I wonder why Elon Musk wore this jacket. And it says, on the back, it says Novus Ordo Seclorum. And that allegedly means New World Order. Allegedly. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just throwing it out there. If anyone knows Latin, let me know if that's true. But yeah, that's kind of a weird thing. If he's just doing a joke, is he really trying to represent in like a nod, like a subtle nod, like a little wink to people, or is he like joking? Because to me, it's so subtle. It's white on white, and it's in Latin. So in order for people to figure it out, you'd have to like go in. But Elon Musk has to know that people do that in this day and age. Like he has to know. So he has to know he's doing that intentionally in order to spin some wheels, you know, get people talking, because that's what he's a big troll. Regardless, speaking of crazy women, there's one right there. And I'm going to talk about one more. Not all women are crazy. There's a lot of crazy men too. Once again, bosses. But if you didn't, yeah, we're going to get right into this right here. Something I found pretty interesting. Oh, don't tell me that in there. I know I had all this stuff up, bosses. They're killing me. They're killing me. I know I had this tab up somewhere. There it is. There it is right there. All right. So yeah, I didn't know this until recently. I think this just kind of came out. It's probably old news before, but now it's news again. This is Elon Musk used to date Amber Heard. Go figure, right? And like, look at these pictures of these pictures of him. Now this one down here, that looks almost more like lipstick than a bruise. And I'll be honest with you there. But you scroll up, and this guy's got he's got some hits on his face, like in this one. There's no doubt in it. He's very, very red around that eye region. This one shows it pretty obviously. He just looks like, yeah, he's definitely been hit a couple times from what we can tell. And she's like, I got some makeup you can put on. Make sure we cover up those bruises a little bit. Because it's going to look really bad in a lawsuit if that ever comes out. Oh, and it did. And it did. So they're saying, you know, Amber Heard, I'm not taking sides here really, because I do like Johnny Depp. I am more team Johnny, but I think he's probably a better person because he does that stuff with the he'll go into hospitals dressed as like Jack Sparrow and talk to kids and people and whatnot. So I think Johnny Depp's a good guy. But he's in the elites. He's probably Illuminate confirmed, and you know, that's it's just the way it is. And so, you know, he's done some crazy things. He's probably drank a little bit of blood. Tina says, yeah, Novus Ordo Seclorum means a new order of the ages. Wow. Well, maybe he's not talking about, maybe he's talking about his new order, which is still weird. That is all, yeah, I'm not arguing for that, but thank you for doing the research on that. I appreciate it. What a boss. So yeah, we confirmed that one. Confirmed on Hoffcast. Tina says, Amber Turd is a lying psycho pizza. She, in my opinion, I hope she gets ruined. Poor Johnny Depp. I'm definitely team Johnny. Yeah, me too. Me too. He got his hand mutilated by a vodka bottle she threw at him one time. He had to have surgery on it. I'm guarantee that this lady's done way worse than that. I mean, maybe not way worse. I'm not saying she killed anyone. I don't think. I mean, taking a dump in someone's bed is pretty bad, but I'd rather someone take a dump in my bed than cut up my hand from broken glass any day. But both are disgusting. Both are disgusting acts from a psycho person. That's for sure. Can I show this one? I don't know if I can show this. Hopefully I can, and I don't get like a copyright thing of it. If it's a copyright claim, then, you know, whatever, I'll just cut it out. I'll edit it out later, but it shouldn't give me an actual Steve Reich or anything like that. I saw this video recently. I thought this one was hilarious. Let's do it real quick here. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't, but I'm going to anyway. Okay, so here we go. This is Ryan Long. He's hilarious. Hopefully he knows I'm not making money off this. He's an independent comedian. I like the guy. He's coming to Columbus, I think, a few months from now. I might go see him.
As Amber Heard,
if you haven't heard of Ryan Long, he's a comedian and he does satire. He's hilarious.
Boyfriends, we've all been watching the trial, so we felt it was our duty to come out in support of Johnny Depp and say,
she shit in my bed too.
Amber also shit in my bed. Amber shit in my bed too. You know, oftentimes she would just sit on the sofa eating a bowl of beans while making intense eye contact with anyone who walked in the room.
She loved her beans, refried, pinto, garbanzos.
We actually used to call her Mr. Bean. She was always grunting. She used to come home in a violent rage and just yell at the top of her lungs, "It's poo o'clock. It's poo o'clock." Hashtag poo too.
She turned my bed into a bedpan.
3,000 thread count Egyptian cotton, satin, jersey knit. I mean, there's nothing she wouldn't mark on. It was honestly like dating an orangutan, the way that Amber Heard weaponized poo in our relationship. Still nightmares of the turds. She also farted a lot.
She would eat 6 or 7 cheesy gordita crunches in a single sitting.
You know, it was like living with a member of the club. Sometimes she would blame it on my dog. I mean, I don't feed him corn. There was an entire husk in there. Does she not chew?
She left a steamer in the oven and blamed it on our housekeeper, Carlos.
At one point, I tried to reconcile our relationship by bringing her into this weekend getaway at a log cabin. She walked in, closed the door, squatted down, took a dump, looked me in the eyes, and yelled, "Now it's a log cabin, bitch." She was a poo terrorist.
On Halloween, she wanted to be Scatwoman. That was a bad Halloween.
She turned my sheets into a Jackson Pollock painting. It's a modern shard exhibit. My clothes were constantly stained. I can only imagine what Johnny Depp had to go through washing his 19 scarves.
I told her I was going to volunteer to help with Hurricane Ida relief, and she said, "Why? You've got a shitstorm brewing right here."
I was afraid to speak up for years. I thought, you know, it was something I did. Maybe I deserved the poo on the bed.
No one deserves this shit.
Oftentimes, she would walk into the bedroom backwards, making beeping sounds.
Beep, beep.
Word of advice, if she asks you to play craps, she isn't using dice. My friends used to call her Douche Hurtalo. It was absurd, gross, and cruel.
She was a fecal maniac.
I started dating this new girl. We went to the movies. She ordered goobers. I got so triggered, I puked on her tits.
She shit on my fries and called it a Cleveland poutine.
Hashtag poo too.
I mean, she was a good cook if you wanted to eat a plate of shit.
And we're here for you, Johnny. If you just want to reach out for an ear to talk to or recommendations on cleaning services, don't let the butt burritos keep you down.
There's just something about all those dumps that leads a man to drink.
Hashtag poo too.
Hashtag poo too.
You're not alone, Jonathan. Hashtag poo too. Just like mounds of poo. Sometimes while we were fornicating, she would be on top of me reading the newspaper, and I knew that nothing good would come of that.
You're not alone, Jonathan. Yeah, hopefully, yeah, I don't get in trouble for showing that or anything. Yeah, let me put that in here real quick if you guys want to watch that again. Yeah, look at Ryan Long has a ton of great videos, like a ton of them. Showed one of them, I think, on a like his song. I think he did a song that may have got cut out of one of my streams before, or claimed, but that was more of a song, and this is. Either way, I don't care. As long as I don't get a steal right, I don't care. I don't think he'd do that. Trying to promote the guy. So anyway, that's funny. So just a quick one right here. Just throwing this out here. You guys remember Anthony Weiner and his laptop? Oh, that thing was real, right? And that's just amazing. 9 out of 12 people who saw that laptop are now gone. What? Ugh. That's interesting. This time wasn't even that long ago. It wasn't like it was like 60 years ago. So imagine how many people are going to be gone when the Hunter stuff comes out eventually, a couple years down the road or whenever. It's taking a while. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And that's why they're trying to have a board of disinfo. So when that stuff comes out, they'll be like, no, hold up. No. That's Russian right there. It's made up by Russia. Speaking of that, let's do a quick Babylon Bee article here. Obviously, satire, not true. It is a joke article. Just so you know. YouTube, not, well, I think you people are watching know what's a joke, but I'm just trying to cover my own age right here. So the Ministry of Truth announces target of today's 2 minutes of hate is Tucker Carlson. In a darkened room in Washington, faithful followers of the Brandon administration gathered dutifully in this morning's 2 minutes hate. So this is all a big joke about 1984, basically. Every day, zealous disciples of the party come together to rile one another up in hatred, rabble, and anger over a different target of the party's wrath. Recent objects of the 2 minutes hate include libs of TikTok, Elon Musk, and the Babylon Bee. Today, it was Tucker Carlson. The crowd writhed and jeered, slowly building an energy and hate as images of Carlson appeared on screen with words flashing across such as ist, and look at that dazzling smile, it's terrible. Boo, jeered the crowd. Boo, boo earns, which is made up mostly of journalists and politicians. Boo, Tucker is the king of filth, the king of slime. Every member of the crowd attempted to outdo everyone else in their show of hatred for Carlson. One Huffington Post writer began hitting herself in the head with a frying pan to show how much she hated Tucker. There she left the event early after she was laid off by HuffPo and had to get to her programming class. The 2 minutes hate crescendoed in wild jeers, hissing, weeping, and gnashing of teeth as the screen proclaimed Tucker Carlson public enemy number one. And all the gathered journalists and other party members rushed the stage in a frenzy to tear down the image of Carlson, though they didn't do much damage, not having much upper body strength. At publishing time, the Ministry of Truth had published this morning's headline approved by the party, which read, "How Tucker Carlson Stoked White Fear to Conquer Cable." That part of it, I think that part's actually true, though. This part is this part's actually true. That bottom part's not a joke. It's a joke article with a. Let's get through a couple more of these articles right here. It's another satire from Babylon Bee. Not true. It says Jumanji Brown Jackson up all night reading biology textbooks trying to figure out what everybody means by women's rights to abortion. Leaked reports indicate that Supreme Court Justice Jumanji Brown spent all Monday night poring over biology textbooks to learn what a woman is so she could defend a woman's right to abortion on Tuesday. She says, when the liberal justices only group text message became all about women's right to abortion, I knew I had to learn what a woman is by becoming a bona fide biologist. She shared with reporters early Tuesday morning. Eyewitnesses described Brown as having a chewed up pencil behind her ear and looking bleary-eyed during her statement. She said, even after hours of cramming, I'm no closer. I couldn't even pick 10 women out of this lineup of reporters. Inside sources have confirmed that that Brown took repeated trips to the I'm not a biologist either, took to the Supreme Court's Keurig coffee maker in the break room and confided to the janitor in frustration. She says, I got into this business to commute the sentences of the P words. Why would I need to know scientific jargon about XX and XY chromosomes? I'm not a biologist. She's getting real frustrated. So now she doesn't know what to do with all this stuff with the new Roe Wade thing and whatever. And then we'll just round off one more Babylon Bee here. Tina, you have a good night. Thank you for joining Hoffcast. I appreciate you. And hope to see you. I'm going to be on the next couple nights as well. So hope you can tune in for those and maybe even stop by tomorrow night if I throw open the doors to the rodeo. So cheers to you, Tina. Thank you for stopping by. Lovely boss. And you're welcome to return later if you want. I might be on for a little bit longer. I don't think I'm going to do a real long show tonight. Really don't. But I am going to do an after show hangout if anyone wants to join. Not a lot of people watch tonight. Must be like hockey on or something, or something really cool. You know, Tucker Carlson. You know, that's probably why no one's watching Hoffcast tonight. You know, probably no other reason than that. Shadow, but yeah, that's nothing to do with that. Who knows? Hoffcast.com, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, let's take a look at this article here. I just saw this one. We're done with. And actually, no, we'll do the one more Babylon Bee, and then we'll get into some other stuff. Do a couple more quick ones. Maybe watch a couple UFOs and round out the night, I'd say. I got a few more things left. I'll probably be on for a little bit longer. There's a little bit more left in the tank. I'm like, well, yeah. So this one, this is another Babylon Bee. Once again, not true. It is a joke. It's kind of going back around. After chanting all night, crowd of worshipers still can't get Moloch to answer them. If you don't know, Moloch is like a god or something like that. He's like a pedo god. He goes after children. And the weird thing is, in the new Disney Star Wars movies, in the Han Solo movie, there was a character called Moloch, and he lived underground in the sewers. He was a bad guy. Yeah. I believe there were kids down there, too. So. Just weird how they pull that kind of stuff in these movies. Most of the time, they don't even know. Like, people watching don't even know. But then once again, this joke article says, in Washington, D.C., after gathering at the steps of the Supreme Court and chanting all through the night in support of Abo, a crowd of worshipers are still having a hard time getting their pagan god Moloch to hear him. So, we've chanted and danced and even cut ourselves with knives, but still Moloch is silent, said protest leader and male feminist Steve Rappenberg. That's like Lady Douche. Why is he not here? Why won't he send down fire from the sky and consume this infernal SCOTUS building? Moloch hears. Lord save me, I was not actually trying to summon anything right there. I'm just reading this joke article. Sources at the scene have suggested that Moloch may possibly be on vacation, sitting on the toilet with terrible diarrhea, or binging on the latest season of My Little Pony on Netflix. To get the attention of the ancient god of blood, child blood sacrifice, the protesters will have to resort to even more extreme attention-seeking methods. Blah blah blah. That's a joke article. I just thought it was funny because it's what it is. People worship their godless, and that's why. Yeah. Believe what you want, just don't succumb to these mad people. Once again, that was a joke article, but this stuff really happens. Stuff is happening. There's a good old yeah, Barb says they're stealing a story. That's what they do all the time. There's only like so many stories that you can tell. I can't remember. There's like so many narratives that you can tell, and then after that, it's just you're just changing names of characters and stuff, and just like little details and whatnot. Allegedly, there's only so many stories that are entertaining or like actually work out as a story or whatever. Some of mine don't. Sometimes I just ramble with really no end to it, but. This is true. You see this, the narratives, a lot of the narratives from the stories from the Bibles, the lessons are used, and also they're inverted to promote bad things as well. I'm not an expert on the Bible by any means. I'm not going to pretend I am, but I do know that is what I just said is true about the Bible. Is they do use it, and they use it for the wrong reasons. A lot, like when it comes to Disney and media and companies and movies, Hollywood, and all this stuff. They want to take that something good and use it so you relate more to them than the word. So what else we got here tonight? Remember old Mike Rowe from Dirty Jobs? He's been a pretty vocal guy lately. I know this is the most interesting article here. I got a few more after this that are pretty interesting. I'm probably going to talk about like one thing tonight. Yeah, I'm going to talk about something tonight, but I'm going to save it for a little bit longer because I'm just going to do that. But I would keep watching, because if you haven't already seen this or heard about this, or maybe once you see it, you'll stop watching. But either way, that's coming up here in the future of Hoffcast. So stay tuned. But like I said, this here, Baltimore native Mike Rowe became famous Dirty Jobs guy. Now he's filming the second season of How America Works on Fox Business. I might have to check that out. Always liked this guy. He sat down with Steve Doocy, not Peter Doocy, to discuss out-of-control inflation. He said the truckers he knows aren't buying the Putin price hike narrative. Says the national average for, I saw that the other day. Yeah, I was driving by. I was like, gas, like diesel is like over $5. Thank goodness I don't own any diesel vehicles, trucks or anything. It says the national average for diesel prices at the pump jumped to a record high of $5.32 a gallon. Rowe said truckers are sending him pictures and videos of them filling up, spending more than $1,000 at a time. Holy crap. He said, I get video almost every day now from people who we featured on Dirty Jobs and How America Works. And they're just sending me videos of them at the gas pump, and some of them are filling up 18-wheelers. And I'm not kidding you, $1,100 to $1,200. Wow. Most people, all we can think about is the price for us at relative terms, and know it's awful. When you put $1,200 in your gas tank, and it's just 6 months ago it was costing you $600 or $700, the exponential reality of it starting to sink in. You just can't walk that back. It touches every single thing that matters in this country, from food production to transportation, all of it. Doocy then asked, are truckers buying the Putin price hike? Rowe responded by saying, the ones I know aren't. A guy said to me the other day, it's like falling down the stairs in slow motion. We're watching it happen. It's happening in real time. And it's not just diesel. It's not just gasoline. He then explains that the rising cost of energy and fertilizer has resulted in higher food prices. He said, but you have to talk about fertilizer too. There's no food without fertilizer in this country. The cost of fertilizer is hundreds of percent higher than it was. When you combine that with the cost of energy, see, they're trying to take it all over. The average person has now really gotten the memo, but not from the gas pump, from a restaurant, a steak. The cost of a steak is almost 2 times it was 6-7 months ago. That sucks, because I'm on vacation right now and I had big plans to go get a big steak. I'm serious. I wrote it on a Post-it note and stuck it on my wall. Go eat a big steak this week. That's what I did. Those were my big vacation plans. Eat a big steak. Now I'm going to have to pay out the ass for it. He says, meanwhile, the Brandon administration has launched an information war against the American people to persuade them that President Putin was responsible for inflation. However, most people aren't buying the Brandon narrative. A new Rasmussen poll revealed 76% of Republicans think Brandon bears most responsibility for higher fuel prices, as do 24% of Democrats. Wow, I'm surprised at that. And 54% of voters not affiliated with either major party. So, wow. Those are big numbers right there. Big numbies. A little more than 6 months to the midterm elections, the Brandon administration has yet to convince the American people that Putin is responsible for the highest inflation in 4 decades. This could prove disastrous for Democrats come November. In March, Quinnipiac University poll revealed that more Americans blame Brandon than the Ukraine invasion or corporate greed for the rise in fuel prices. Well, they all kind of just... they're all one and the same, am I wrong? Brandon, the Ukraine invasion, and corporate greed. They're all the same, allegedly. Americans understand inflation was ripping higher well before the Ukraine conflict. The Brandon administration got desperate last week by having the Department of Homeland Security announce the creation of the Disinformation Governance Board to, I love how they cross out control narratives, combat whatever they deem is misinf and ahead of midterm elections. And when did the vast majority of this inflation occur? Pre-Ukraine. Hard to dispute that. You can watch the full interview there, Vox. I'm not going to show that. But it's interesting how that, all this kind of ties in. We see, I don't remember if I really talked about this too much last week, but these food plants You've been seeing this stuff. I want to do a bit more research in this. Of course, they're all saying there's like, it's all like fact checking, like, oh, it's not conspiracy theory. No, this just happens and it's just being reported on now. And like, there's no link to any of this and there's no weirdness behind it or anything. But it's pretty weird that all these like food plants are constantly like getting destroyed right now. Lots of them. There's a big list. I might have mentioned it before. I can't remember if I did or not, but it just keeps happening. Real quick, Barb says here, most of us knows the stories about the powers that be paying the meat industry to either accept payment to destroy their stock or suffer a fine and still lose their stock. So, you know, yeah, that's what the kind of goes back to what I was saying about, like, they're paying people to buy their farmland and dredge it with sludge and oil so you can't even grow it back later. It's destroyed. That oil is in there. Is there any real way to get it out of there unless you just went through and just dug it all back up, like for feet down to make sure there's no oil? It's crazy. So now they're paying people to take their cattle because they want to do this. They want to have us eating bugs and GMOs and all this crap. They want to. It's all part of it. That's why I do Hoffcast. That's why I do Hoffcast. It's because I want people to know what's going on. I like to discuss it with people. I like when bosses like Barb here have great comments like this. We got to see what's going on. And Barb, good luck to you in your travels. I'm hoping everything's going well with that. Maybe if you're still around here in a little while, if you want to come back stage after the show, talk a little bit, you're more than welcome to. Of course, all you watching tonight are welcome to. Anyways, not a whole lot of people watching tonight. That's fine. The show must go on, and it will stay up, hopefully, as long as you two don't do anything. I think I've been a good boy tonight. I haven't been begging for anything. But this one, yeah, this article. Miami Standard. Not sure about this this site. I believe it's the first time I've ever been to Miami Standard. Miami. Another food plant catches fire in Virginia amid wave of destroyed food facilities. It's from May 1st. It says another food processing facility has caught fire in Chesapeake, Virginia on Saturday amid a spate of mysterious food plant accidents taking place across America. The latest incident took place at the Purdue Farms grain processing facility where a soybean tank was found ablaze by plant workers. I gotta remember to put something in real quick before I forget, because I had something I wanted to bring up tonight and I forgot to do it. So if I don't remember to type it in now, then I'm not gonna remember to bring it up later. Once again, hope you all bosses doing well. We're getting right back into this. All right, so okay, got that. So I don't have to worry about forgetting that. Anyways, right back to this, bosses. Firefighters, back to the food plant facilities burning down, being destroyed. It says firefighters received a call at 501 Barnes Road at 8:41 p.m. after a plant operator at Purdue acknowledged and verified a fire at the location. All employees were evacuated. Well, I mean, it was soybeans, so I'm not that. So when crews arrived, they found a large soybean processing tank with flames showing from the top. I'm not that disappointed with soybean. To be honest with you, it wasn't. Do we really need more soy in the world? But still, it's happening. Fortunately, there were no reported injuries, and the plant manager claims the fire will not hinder the plant's daily operations. Lips of an angel. Hinder. Over the last several weeks alone, dozens of food processing facilities have been damaged or destroyed in fires, plane crashes, and other curious incidents across the U.S. This disastrous trend of destroyed industrial food plants coinciding with already rising food costs and supply chain issues prompted Fox News host, Tucker Carlson, 2 minutes of hate, rabble, to question the timing of these accidents and what the F is happening. Alleged President Joe Brandon himself even recently warned the American people to expect food shortages to become real. Let's watch this. Hopefully there's not an ad.
With regard to food shortage, yes, we did talk about food shortages. And it's going to be real. The price of these sanctions is not just imposed upon Russia. It's imposed upon an awful lot of countries as well, including European countries and our country as well. And because both Russia and Ukraine have been the breadbasket of Europe in terms of wheat, for example, just to give you one example. But we had a long discussion in the G7 with both the United States, which has a significant, the third largest producer of wheat in the world, as well as Canada, which is also a major, major producer. And we both talked about how we could increase and disseminate more rapidly food shortages. And in addition to that,
what did you just say? I know he said disseminate, but he also said increase and disseminate. Listen.
Of wheat in the world, as well as Canada, which is also a major, major producer. And we both talked about how we could increase and disseminate more rapidly.
No, he said decrease. Did you say decrease?
How we could increase.
No, he said increase.
Disseminate more rapidly food shortages. And in addition to that, we talked about urging all the European countries and everyone else to.
I was just about to say he was doing a good job up until that point. There was some uhs and ums and but up until that point, I thought he was doing good, and then bam, increased food shortages, like he was saying. They were trying to put together the best voter fraud organization they could.
And trade restrictions on sending limitations on sending food abroad. And so we are in the process of working out with our European friends
today, Junior,
what it would take to help alleviate the concerns relative to food shortages.
Well, we're living in happy times, are we not, boss? At least Hoffcast is a happy place. We try to laugh at these things. Oh, the world's crazy, but we try to laugh at it. Barb says 10 days until we leave, so it's crunch time. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're in the home stretch now. And you get to the new home, and you'll be stretching out. Absolutely. Good times. Cheers to that. Pursuing the dream, making the dream happen. Got to respect that. So let me see. Let's see if I can find any more articles on this, because most of the articles they're saying on here, they're like, it's not like this one. I'll show this one. Thank goodness for the board of disinformation, so we can get articles like this out there and not the ones telling us what's actually happening. This is an NBC article. I know it says CNC, but it's NBC related. You can see the peacock thing there. It says no fires at food processing plants have not been set intentionally. One of the latest claims seen across social media relates to fires at food processing plants across the country. Why are they happening so much? Why are they happening so much? It's like when all those athletes started collapsing. They're like, oh, that has no relation to forcing medical experiments on people for the past 2 years. Nah, look away from that. That has nothing to do with young people having heart attacks. Nothing to do with that. Well, what's the reasoning? The thing is, it's not really happening. It's just being blown up. It's not a real issue. Just like drag queens in schools and churches, it's overblown. It's not a real issue. You don't have to worry about that sort of thing. It's just right-wing, alt-right people just making something out of nothing. That's all it is. Until that nothing becomes something because you ignored it for so long, like a festering wound that turns into an infection. And just a cancer, and then there's nothing you can do about it later. And that's what we're seeing spread through our society, thanks to social media, the elites and whack job NPCs who exist in the world. We gotta see what's really going on here. And that's why I want to go off the grid one day, like Barb here. Luckily, hopefully, my parents win this lawsuit that they're in right now. I might have some land out in the country to retire on and to go back and live on if where I grew up, if ever needed. So hopefully I got a little ace in my sleeve, little safety in the back pocket if I need it. That's nice, but not everyone has that. I'm lucky if I do. I hope it all works out. But I'd say, I've said this before, at least prepare for the future. Like, luckily, I got some storable food there a couple years ago. It's going to last for 25 years. I think more people should be doing that now because it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. That's why we need, the only way it's going to get better is if mean tweets come back. I'm not even pushing Trump. I'm not. I'm just saying there needs to be a balance to this world. I'm not just talking mean tweets. I'm not even saying specifically mean tweets. I'm saying there needs to be a balance. We can't just keep having the censorship and the one-sided argument and everything else is lies. Oh, well, they're telling the truth, but they're really lying because we said it. We gave you the lie, you know. Oh, Barb, thank you so much. Hopes and prayers for you. Same to you. Same to you. I know you guys are doing great, and I'm so happy for you. And I can't wait for the next 10 days to go by so you can start telling me about the real progress that's being made in your new home and your new life. It's very exciting. I'm very excited for you and Real Cosmology. Wish he was here tonight. I'd like to talk to him again soon. I miss him. I know me and Real Cosmology don't always see eye to eye on things, but we respect each other, and that's what I like about the guy. You can disagree with people about things, but you can leave the argument or the debate still being friends. And I think that's a big issue in society. I've said it before. As long as you ain't coming on here harassing, trolling, or trying to get dick pics off me, you're welcome to come in here. I don't care if you disagree with every word I'm saying or if you think I'm lying or anything like that. I'm not getting paid. I'm not lying. I'm just reading articles here and telling you my opinion on things. That's basically what Hoffcast is. We try to laugh at how crazy the world is. Try not to take it too seriously. But I will talk to anybody. I'll have anyone on. You're welcome to comment. I'll read the comment as long as it's not harassment or, like I said, anything like that. And you're welcome to joke. If you want to say I look, if I'm goofy looking or I look like redneck Tony Stark, I'll read that. That's funny. But you just come on here, asking me for dick pics, and it's a whole different thing. So, I got thick skin. I can take a joke. Anyone wants to roast me in the comments, as long as it's coming from a lighthearted place, I don't care. But if you start talking about how my teeth aren't completely centered, like I got that Tom Cruise thing going on where I got a tooth almost centered up instead of they're a little bit crooked. If you start talking about that, you're out of here. I'm too sensitive about that, man. I can't take any jokes about it. I don't look like Tom Cruise. I don't want to look like Tom Cruise. Said no one. Anyways. Says, recent fires at food processing plants across the U.S. have several people speculating online if something else is behind them. This tweet notes it's an odd coincidence that 18 U.S. food processing facilities burned down in the last 6 months. Wow. Probably more than that at this point. And of course, here's the disinformation. The board of disinformation coming in right here. We're seeing it happen already. Making sure that we're getting the right information. And it's right here. It says, no, people are not setting food processing plants on fire intentionally in order to create a food shortage. So don't worry, everybody. Sleep tight tonight. They're telling you right here, it's not intentional. So you don't have to worry about that. Granted, they can't tell you what's really happening for a lot of them. Maybe we should do a little bit more research into this. But you can take this to the bank, and it's not intentional. It says, we're not aware of any concerted effort to set food processing facilities on fire. In an email, Super told us, I can only speak for chicken. Same. Like any manufacturing plant industry, there are generally a few fires that occur each year across the country. Most of them are contained rather quickly. Well, Gazziak agrees, saying, we've not seen anything that points to it being suspicious in any way. A lot of them seem to be mechanical failures or just, very unfortunate, tragic things that happen, but nothing that was deliberate. Oh, what a cover-up. So 11 of the fires were either ruled accidental or no foul play. 6 are still under investigation. Oh, by me. I'm going to investigate. And one was at a vacant building that once housed a meat plant, but no longer does. We'll keep an eye on this one, bosses. We'll keep an eye on this one. For sure. All right. What else is happening here tonight? Going on. I said I wasn't going to do long shows anymore, but guess what? I'm still doing long shows, and that's just the way it is. I'm going to keep doing them. Cheers, bosses. Any of you hanging in and joining right now, I appreciate y'all. You're awesome. You're watching in the future. Appreciate it as well. I thought this was, I got to do this. This is becoming a regular weekly Hoffcast, what do they call it? A segment. I love talking about AOC, my future wife. I'm gonna marry that hoe one day. Ego problems. AOC claps back at Elon Musk after he tells her to stop hitting. I love how this article was pro AOC, even though she was the idiot here. Look, I love how they're spinning this stuff. I mean, she's not an idiot. She's a very smart lady. And I shouldn't say that about my future wife. U.S. Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and world's richest man, if you believe that, he recently bought Twitter. Elon Musk on April 29th had a verbal tiff on the micro-blogging platform. AOC had written in a now-deleted tweet, of course. Of course she deleted it. All the cowards do. Oh, my future wife you're talking about. Tired of having to collectively stress about what explosion of hate is happening because some billionaire with an ego problem unilaterally controls a massive communication platform and skews it because, Tucker Carlson, rabble, or Peter Thiel took him to dinner and made him special. Musk responded saying, "Stop hitting on me. I'm really shy," with a blushing face. Once again, don't trust the Musk, but dang, he hits hard. He's on fire right now. And he said in response, AOC clapped back saying, "I was talking about Zuckerberg, but okay," which she deleted that tweet like 1 minute after she did that one. That's some way to get 2 billionaires with one tweet. AOC has also explained why she deleted her original tweet when a Twitter user shared a screen grab of the Twitter conversation with the caption, "My G AOC replied, like I said, ego problems." The user went on to ask her why she deleted the epic tweet because she was wrong and everyone called her ass out on it. And she wrote back, "I try to avoid giving people with massive ego complexes like this attention, and QT's replied they crave and are seeking when I can help it," with a winking emoji. Oh, she just destroyed Elon Musk. Oh, I'm proud of you, baby. I'm proud. Elon Musk, 44 billion. He got Twitter, herald of free speech. But yeah, I say yes, Queen. Give it to Musk. Yes. You tell him, because you don't want your lies being censored. I'm proud of my future wife, AOC. Cheers to her. She's a strong woman. She stands up. Beautiful, strong woman. She's always right. My favorite thing about AOC is she's always right. 100% of the time. All right. Let's see what else. We're going to get into... I think we're going to get into the weird part of Hoffcast here in just a minute. I think we're going to get into the weird part of Hoffcast. I think that's a good idea. I've done my roundabouts. We're talking circles with about Elon Musk now and censorship. I mean, I could talk about it all day. I'll go on and on and on. I will for probably the rest of my career on Hoffcast, but it's enough of that tonight. We're going to share this. I'm going to grab a refreshment while I'm sharing this, and then we're going to get to the weird part of Hoffcast tonight. So I'm going to start calling it, and I'm going to go on Fiverr and start getting stuff. Like I've said this before, the graphics come up and say hot instead of hot pockets, it'll say hot topics. But all right, so this one is insane footage on monster tornado in Kansas. Oh, where it was freaking Dorothy there. That destroyed hundreds of buildings. So Wichita stormed. We had a tornado watch today here where I live. Nothing came of it. It was storming pretty bad, but luckily, I've never seen a nader in my life. Never seen me a tornado. I hope I never do, because I don't want to see no nader around here. Ain't trying to drive into that bowl. But yeah, check out this video. I'm gonna grab a refreshment. I'll be right back.
Come to the apartment complex! There it is! Excuse me? All right. Oh, big explosion! Big explosion! Oh my God! Where's that aboard the seas? Major damage! Tornado northeast side of Andover going nuts! Tornado north side of Andover going nuts! Just cut through this entire complex! All right, guys, gotta punch it. Hear the roar! All power flashes, power's out! It's violent! Very violent! Rapidly rise!
All right, I'm back. That's some crazy stuff right there. Holy crap. Hope I never see me a nighter. Hope I never see a nighter, man. All right, so cheers to y'all here watching tonight. I'm getting to the weird part of this here. I'm probably going to wind down. I wanted to show this. This is something that I just learned about this week. It's an older story. This isn't news at all. But I found this like completely fascinating and horrifying. Something I kind of wanted to show on here. So if you guys well, maybe I should now we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. Maybe we should save it for later, but now we're going to talk about this. I'm going to go through this for a little bit. Probably going to talk about some UFOs, round it up. If anyone wants to hang out afterwards, you're more than welcome to. So, the name of the episode, Caving In. There's a lot of things caving in right now. Society's caving in. Infrastructure's caving in. Potholes caving in. A lot of people's mental health caving in. My bank account's caving in. A lot of things are caving in. But this is in a literal sense here. I was fascinated that so I have a buddy. I have a buddy who went skydiving last week, and I said I would never go skydiving. I think I talked about this. It's just something I wouldn't do. Wouldn't want to go skydiving. But there's something else that I would not do. I would rather go skydiving 10,000 times more before I would do this. And I realized where my limits were with things. And I thought skydiving was like, oh, that's the ultimate. I wouldn't do anything. There's nothing crazier than that. No, this is crazier than that. So these people go into caves. I'm playing the music. These people crawl through caves. You ever seen these people? The Caveman Online? I spent like 4 hours on Saturday night watching videos of people crawling through caves. And I'm claustrophobic as shit. So this is terrifying to me. It kind of like, it still makes me uncomfortable to watch this. It's obviously in a quicker speed. Let me see if I can find one that's not that fast of speed, because it makes it way more intense, in my opinion. So this right here that I'm about to show you, it's the same guy. And this video is from 2005. I'm going to tile this around here for you, bosses, so don't worry. And if you hear this name, you either know where I'm going with it or you have no idea where I'm going with it. So if you do, either way, hang on for the ride, because we're going to talk about it. Dang it. I hate when it does that. There we go. So this is Nutty Putty Cave. Has anyone ever heard of Nutty Putty Cave? It's stuck on my body and I can't put my arms down. This video is from 2005.
You're in charge of that camera because I can't.
I got you, buddy. And it's... Oh, no. Barb says, I could never do that. Barb says, I used to be a paratrooper. Wow. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But you're just sliding through a hole. Like, imagine if you had an itch on your ass. Imagine if you just wanted to stand up or, like, just not be in there at that moment. You couldn't. Like, you're just stuck in there. Like, granted, apparently this isn't as dangerous as people think. I would argue that. Yeah. But I'm claustrophobic, and this is just something I would never do. Because my buddy told me when you skydive, I'm turning his breathing down a little bit because everyone's breathing heavily in caves. That's what happens. What's that? So when my buddy went skydiving, he said the whole ordeal lasted about 8 minutes. There's like a minute or two of falling and then the parachute for like 5 minutes or so. If the parachute didn't work out, guess what? That's like 4 minutes of falling and then you're dead. Hopefully. I've heard some people have survived from falling out of planes and parachutes gone wrong. That'd be terrible. But dying in a cave would be really, 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 really bad. And this cave that this man is in right here is called Nutty Putty Cave. And here's the point I'm getting to. There was a man in 2009, 4 years after this, who had an incident in this cave. I'm going to scroll through a little bit of this for you. All right, skip the ad there, and then I'm going to bring this one up. So, here we go, bosses. I hope you're not too claustrophobic. It took me a while to get comfortable with this one. But this is absolutely terrifying. I'm just going to show. I'm going to try to mute this and just kind of show what's going on. 24th November 2009. John Jones. He was 26. He's 6 foot tall, like 200 pounds. He went into the Nutty Putty Cave, and basically what happened was I find the diagram on the like right here. So he went into this cave with some people, and he went off on a path on his own. He separated from the group, which he shouldn't have done, and he thought he was going the right way, and he wasn't. And he basically just like he can I find a good image of this? I'm trying to find like that one video I saw with the diagram. Here it is. Here it is. This is absolutely terrifying. So check this out. I got it coming. I got it up here. Don't worry. Here it is. So this is Spelunker John Jones stuck upside down in a cave. Look at the picture on the bottom right and imagine it for a moment. I'm going to tell you the rest of this. So here's basically the cave right here, and the way he got in, he went up through here and he tried. Here's where he is. He's the black character, and these are the workers trying to pull him out with this pulley. I was so fascinated by this. I was like studying it because it was so terrifying to me. This entire story is just absolutely horrifying. I think it's probably the worst situation of all time. So he tried to crawl in there, and he was stuck at like completely head first down. And he tried to inhale in order to squeeze through farther. And when he exhaled, he slid down. And when he exhaled, he got stuck even worse. And the only thing sticking out of this tiny little hole right here were his feet. And his headlamp went out whenever he went through. So he was stuck in complete darkness, unable to move any of his limbs. And he was stuck there. Luckily, someone knew he was stuck, so they went out and they got help. And this rescue team set up a pulley system to try to get him out of there. And he was down there for 27 hours. 20-some hours in, they almost got him out of there. They had him halfway out. They had him halfway out. And the pulley system broke. And he went back in. The pulley system smacked the guy who was helping him, who was small enough to fit in this space right here. Only one person could be there. That pulley system smacked him in the head and knocked him out. And when he woke up, John Jones had passed away 27 hours after being stuck upside down in the dark in a cave. Not being able to move or breathe, with just blood rushing to his head. You say, hey, do you want to go skydiving? I say, nah. You say, you want to go caving then? I say, hell nah. Not doing either. I'm just staying right here on land, bud. I'm a landlubber. Just staying right here. Feet planted firmly on the soil. I'm fine with that. It's got to be the worst way to go. And they had a radio down there, and he could talk to his expecting wife. He had a wife and a kid and an expecting wife, and they took a radio down there. He was talking to her as he was dying. I don't know what kind of karma this guy had, but holy shit. That hole he was stuck in was less than 18 inches wide. And there was actually, they made a movie about this. It was called The Last Descent. I kind of skimmed through it. It was free on YouTube. And I feel it was very well done for like a B movie. It wasn't a big Hollywood budget movie. I felt like it was very well done from what I watched of it. Dang, that's probably I don't know. I can't think of much of a worse way to go than that. Mom Bear says wormhole. Yeah, it's crawling through those things. No, thank you. Mom Bear also says, imagine the cave dwellers that are underwater as well. Yeah, with the scuba, get out of town. Ain't doing that. Ain't going near that. No. Underwater welding is like, I think, one of the most dangerous occupations you can have. And most underwater welders have a life expectancy of like 3 to 5 years. They make a ton of money for those 3 to 5 years, but they can't enjoy it after them because they're dead. Har says, that's horrible. What a nightmare. Yeah. It seems like I just couldn't imagine. Like I said, I'm claustrophobic as it is. Don't even put me in a closet for like 3 seconds with the door shut. I want out. I don't like porta-johns. I used to get scared of going into porta-johns when I was a kid, afraid I'd never get back out. Oh, you shut the door with that smell in there. The fear of never getting out from that smell. 27 hours in a portage, John. I might take the cave. Spelunking. It's a funny word. Mom Bear says, go into the Carlsbad Caverns. That's California, right? Carlsbad, California. I don't think I'm going into any caverns, by the way. You know, I was watching a lot of those videos with the caveman. And a lot of the, I find that fascinating. And I do say that you got to have some big balls on you to go into these things. Or you're just really dumb. One or the other. I'm not sure. But they always say stuff like, I'm the first person to, New Mexico. My bad. New Mexico. I apologize. I'm not good at geography. There's a Carlsbad, California, so I'm not completely stupid, but I am a little stupid. But they always say, like, they crawl into these caves and they do the same thing. They crawl through these tunnels, they get it flat, and they got to, you know, worm their way through, and they get to an area, and they go, I'm the first person to ever lay eyes on this part of the cave. It feels amazing. I can't believe I'm seeing something no one else has ever seen in the world. I'm literally seeing something that no one else has ever seen. And then you look around, it's just a bunch of fucking rocks. There's nothing special about it. Sometimes there's some spiders, sometimes there's a bat, and the rest of it is just rocks. You're not seeing nothing that nobody's never seen before. You're not. Now, granted, I did see there are some caves that do have these big ass crystals in them, and they're like 100 degrees in there, like a sauna. You have to wear cooling stuff in order to go down there. Now that's cool, kind of. Can I find that one real quick? Can I watch a little bit of that? Let me show you a little bit of the crystal caves here, because maybe that's cool. But the rest of these guys, they're just crawling through dirt to look at bats and spiders. Barb says, I can see plenty of rocks outside in the fresh air. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I failed at, I didn't fail, all right? I think they passed me just because I don't know, I was a nice guy. But I took rock class in college, or as some call it, geology. And they wanted you to, there was this one exam or test or something that we had where they put out these 3 tables, and they had a bunch of rocks on them, and you had a notepad, and they're all numbered, and you have to go through with the number and point out every rock on there. And you had to be like 1 obsidian, 2 slate, 3 limestone. Let me tell you, I might sound smart by naming those 3 rocks, but I couldn't point them out if you had them in front of me. It was terrible. I had no idea. All rocks eventually look the same. So these people want to crawl around risking their lives in caves with bats, you know, rabies, freaking spiders, just to see some more rocks that someone else hasn't seen. Oh my gosh. Just dig up any hole anywhere. You're going to see some dirt that someone's never seen before. If I go in the backyard, I take a shovel and I dig up the dirt in the backyard, and I pick up that clump of dirt. I say, hey, no one else has ever seen this clump of dirt before. This is amazing. Do you get my point? Seems like a lot of risk for no reward, or little reward. But apparently these people, they have a lot of fun with that. But here's what I was talking about with that crystal cave. I'm going to bring it up here in just a moment. Like, this might be worth going into, but this is like 26 miles underground. It's like in a military base. I'm just going to skim through this. Yeah, this one right here. Because I got to be careful about showing this stuff. I know nowadays they'll get me. Yeah, this guy's pretending to be frustrated. Yeah, they go to this cave here. Yeah, and they have to drive like look at this. You drive down this tunnel. It's like, I think it's like 20 miles under there or something like that. It's like way down in there. The ride goes on for forever. You just keep going. Look at that, going deeper into hell. F that, bro. One part of that collapses, you're done. I'm just not down with. I'm not down with caving. Yeah, you see, they got all this set up. It's like a crazy. It looks like a movie set or something. And there's like a doorway that goes into it. Just get to the good part. So here's a kind of a cool cave. Like, it's like, look at these big crystals. Like, that's kind of cool. But apparently it's like 100 degrees down there and you can't breathe. Yeah, coal miner, that'd be it. No, I'm not. A lot of miners, you know, it's a bad way to go. It's not something I could do. I'd rather whore myself out than go underground to make a living. That guy's sweating like crazy. Got the little hair on his chin, the little, you know. Yeah, coal miners do have to be badasses. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that at all. Anyways, boss has just got a couple more articles here going to show, maybe a couple UFO videos, and wrap it up for the night. I do have like one or two more articles. Mama Bear says no about a gold miner. Just a miner for a heart of gold. F. Neil Young. Traitor. I mean, he's Canadian. What would you expect? I'm kidding. I love Canadians. Hockey. Rush. Justin Bieber. All right, I said we're going to do some of the weird stuff. You know, we're going to stay in the weird stuff here on Hoffcast here, and I found this to be very weird. I found this to be very, very weird. The parents of dead woman found melted to couch, indicted on murder charges. A Louisiana couple whose daughter was found dead, covered in human waste after sitting fused into their couch for up to 12 years, have been indicted on second-degree murder charges in the shocking case of acute medical neglect. What in the world? Sheila and Clay Fletcher were arrested without incident Monday in the death of their daughter, Lacey Ellen Fletcher. It's horrifying. On January 3rd, a grand jury later handed down the indictment in the murder of the 36-year-old who weighed less than 100 pounds and was found on a ratty couch covered in urine and feces. Lacey may have sat there in her own filth for about 12 years. That's a lot longer than 27 hours, but... Oh, there's the sickos. Look. Yikes. Yikes. Yeah. So open the door, walk into the house. There was stench and odor, feces, fecal material, urine. You couldn't hold your breath. I don't even know if I want to talk about this much more. I think the point of this that I wanted to make is this part of it right here. Bickham said Lacey, who had, by the way, this, just listen to this whole phrase right here. I'm probably going to leave it at this after I mention this. Bickham said Lacey, who had ulcers, bacterial infections, and other ailments, died of acute medical neglect dating back at least to 2010. And she'd been there for 12 years. It says here she weighed a skeletal 96 pounds and was also positive for the COVID. Well, mark it down for another one. That's what got her, was the Corvette. Damn it. Another one lost. Oh, I don't know how to pronounce your name. I hope you're not a bot, but welcome to Hoffcast. If you're not a boss, you're welcome here on Hoffcast. Just you have an odd name. Ozera 6 Hertz? Oh, maybe I just said it right. Or maybe I'm completely off on that. Hopefully I'm not. But welcome. I just thought that was kind of crazy. Yeah, oh my God. It really is, isn't it? They had to mention that in the article. Like, oh, throw that in there. You know, also, in case you didn't know, like papayas and goats have also tested positive for the corv. So, because the test is completely legitimate. There's no doubt about that. No doubt about that. All right, this one here. I got 2 more articles. Gonna watch some UFOs and wrap it up. We're almost to 3 hours here. I do them long shows, baby. I do them long shows. I'm in it to win it, bosses. I know you are too. All right, let's this is I just love this headline right here. This is from the Daily Star. Very, very respectable. Yeah, not really. It's website, but I love the headline so much I had to read it. It says Seagulls could be alien spies sent to gather evidence on humanity. UFO expert claims. Nick Pope, an expert on UFOs. I don't know how you can be an expert on something you've never touched, but who investigated extraterrestrials for the Ministry of Defense, has claimed that seagulls could be alien spies sent to Earth to gather evidence on humanity. Watch out for that crazy beaked bastard right there. He's coming for you. That's an alien. He's got cameras in his eyes. And that beak is a weapon. It's got a laser in it. So watch out for these seagulls, bosses, all right? Mama Bear, a.k.a. Billy. Why you acting like a woman now, Billy? Don't know. Anyways, a UFO expert has made an explosive claim that seagulls could in fact be alien spies that have been sent to Earth to spy on humanity. He claimed that besides stealing beachgoers' ice creams, they could pose a much more sinister threat by collecting data and evidence for an advanced alien race. Holy crap, look at that evil thing, dude. Look at that gullet, look at that throat. Nick said aliens may be using the birds to watch over us and report back the secrets of our civilization to their mothership in space. This all sounds completely legitimate to me. He said if aliens want to hack into and control a living organism or construct a drone that's a perfect mimic, it would be best to choose something ordinary and ubiquitous like a seagull or a housefly. He makes a good point there. He makes a good point. It's hard to argue. It's hard to argue that claim. Barb, I was waiting for your input on that. Yeah, it is kind of sad. So we're just gonna block. If you knew him, I would have said fine, let him go. But I trust you on that one once, so I got to be really speculative now. definitely an a-hole. Anyways, let's get back to this show. All the time be spying on us, recording everything, and sending information about us back to the alien homeworld. So next time you move to swat that fly, watch out. Your actions might inadvertently start an interstellar war. Oh, shit. I want to do that. The crazy thing is, you know, one could argue, like, for humanity, we're always being tracked and listened to and spied on by these things, the Black Mirror, the phone, you know. So one would say, well, how would the aliens do it? Well, they'd send birds. Well, what if humans are in cahoots with the aliens and they're using phones to send information to the aliens? They would need the seagulls. They wouldn't need the birds. Now, that's just conspiracy theory. Barb says, no, there's no mama bear. There is a mama bear, but after getting catfish last time, I trust no. Yeah, I'm sure there is. That seems like a very, very common, like mama bear is an actual phrase. As soon as he brought up Rush, I knew who it was. I knew who it was. As soon as the Rush reference comes up, I know it's Billy. It's not even his real name. I know his real name, but I'm nice enough to not dox him. I got one more article here. and UFOs, and then I don't have a lot of people here, but if anyone watching does want to come backstage, you are welcome to. I'll put that link in before too long. Once we get past this one, and then the next couple UFO videos. Azera says UFOs looks like not a bot. Nice. Welcome to Hoffcast. Azera 6 Hertz. Welcome. I don't know if it's Hertz. I'm just saying Hertz because HZ that to me represents that. Am I sharing this? A mysterious black cube. Oh, the black cube. There's so much representative in occult and Illuminati symbolism with the black cube. Emerged from the sun on NASA live cam before site shuts down. We all know NASA is a legitimate company that's not illegitimate at all. Says the conspiracy theorist was convinced that NASA intentionally hid the black cube by putting website to maintenance mode, but an expert debunked it, saying it's more of a glitch in transmission. Interesting. So someone said there's this black cube, if you look at right here, that appears to jump off of the sun. Let's talk about the sun for a second. It dawned on me one time. I said, why in the world would anything be able to burn in a vacuum? Because I was taught about vacuums in school. Nothing, like, it's just nothing. Like, you can't start a fire. It needs oxygen. Fire needs oxygen to burn. So I looked it up. It's nuclear fission. What the fuck is that? I have no concept of what nuclear fission is, but apparently it's allowed to bend the laws of a vacuum in space in order to burn for eternity. I don't know shit about science or suns or stars. All I know is none of this makes sense. And this black cube, what is going on? It would have to be gigantic if it were coming off something as big as they claim the sun is. So the mysterious black cube was spotted briefly emerging from the sun on live camera for NASA experienced glitches on the site, sending conspiracy theorists into a frenzy, myself included. Self-proclaimed extraterrestrial expert Scott C. Waring, who is now based in Taiwan, claimed the American Space Agency covered up the particular area of the sun and shut down the website for maintenance as soon as the black cube appeared. Pulling footage from the Solar and Heliospheric Observatory, a project of international cooperation between NASA and the European Space Agency, a tiny cubic-shaped object appears on the right bottom corner of the sun for roughly 2 seconds. The clip is cut to an abrupt end, and the screen turns pitch black. You can see the cube coming out of the sun right after that, a big glitch that covers 25% of that. There it is, gone, glitch. So is there the actual video on here, or is it this thing that's been playing for 10 minutes? Oh, now we're on Loch Ness Monster. We're not going to go into that. I just wanted to see this. Wanted to see this clip of this black cube. Barb says, can't join Dave. You stream more during the week. Yeah, I should be on the next 2 days unless things just don't work out. But thank you for being here all night. I appreciate you, Barb. You are a boss of bosses, no doubt. Real Cosmology, there he is. He says a black cube came out of Uranus once. Allegedly, real, allegedly. I mean, yeah, I had a lot of cheese that night, the night before. And cheese and Guinness. I just wanted to see the video. Okay, here we go. Can we see this thing? I mean, we all know space is fake, right? But just play. I don't even have any tabs open tonight. I thought it was a pretty smooth show tonight, to be honest with you. I didn't really have any technical glitches or anything like that. I didn't have to shut down and restart. I didn't get banned. Pretty smooth. Pretty smooth all around. Very happy about that. Well, I don't think we're ever going to see this footage, but it's a black cube coming out of the sun. Whatevs. Whatevs. It is kind of interesting, though, why they would shut it down right after. All right, bosses, here we go. Gonna put on some Mavi 777. Cheers to Mavi. Never met her, but she does great work. I think there's only this one that we got for this week then. Then we're going to shut her down for the night. Shut her down. So this one says, rewind here. A spaceship or a portal was spotted in LA. Must watch. We're already at a bad ratio here. We're at like 600 to 100 on the upvote to downvote. So we'll see how this looks. I'd say that's pretty CGI. Yeah, that's really bad. That's really bad. No one else saw this. No news saw this. No airplanes. Nothing about that being reported. Let's fast forward a little bit and see what happens with it. If you do want to come backstage, hang out with me for a little bit tonight. You're welcome to. I'll be back there for a little bit if anyone shows up. If not, I'm just going to sit there and just stare at myself in the camera for about 2 hours and just enjoy my own company, I guess. It's kind of a cool picture right there. Let's just go on to it. I'll put volume on there. Turn it down. Get the creepy music going a little bit there. So let's see here. Make sure I got everything ready to end the shizzo. Faux shizzo. Like some unsolved mysteries music. Barb says LA is fake and gay. Just like space. I've never been to California. Always wanted to go. And I even wanted to live there at one point. And I told my buddy Brandon, I said, hey, it's a couple years back. I said, I'd like to move to California sometime. He goes, no, you don't. And I trust my buddy Brandon. I was like, I thought about it for a second. I was like, yeah, I think you're right. I don't think I do want to move to California. Maybe visit it. I've never been to New York City or anything. I'd like to visit and take a trip, but living there, I think I'm out of that one. I don't think those dreams, I don't think I'm having those dreams anymore. I'd rather stay away. It's pretty dirty out there. It's pretty weird. So these just basically look like some lights there. I find them interesting. I find this way more interesting than a CGI portal, to be honest with you, because this, who knows, it is kind of interesting. Like, not a helicopter, just kind of sitting there. I think this footage is legit. There's no real gimmick in it. It's just a light, you know. It's the blurriest videos that are the most legit, just like Bigfoot. Marb says, by the way, I was sus of Mama Bear when he thought the cave guy died. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't seem like a lady would think that was funny. Oh, crap. We got Real Cosmology backstage, so I'm definitely going to wrap this bad boy up so I can talk to my boy here. Excuse me. I do have to go real quick and thank everyone who was here tonight and plug the channel real quick. So you got a minute, Real. Don't worry, man. I got all night. I'm on vacation. So let me mute this. What a great show tonight. I know not a ton of people showed up to the show tonight. I'm fine with that. I don't really, that doesn't bother me. I do a lot of this for myself, and the people who show up, we always do have a good time. And I appreciate every single one of you who did show up tonight. And I appreciate those of you in the future who happen to watch. So don't just think that it's because you're watching this later. I don't think you're a boss. I understand you can't always just show up to a 3-hour show willy-nilly or whatnot. And you got other plans. You got a life. I get that. But I I would recommend joining the cult of Hoffcast and making this your life on Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. EST. Oh, I'm just joking. I do enjoy anyone who joins me though. Just want to say hey to everyone who participated in the chat. Lowry, what's up, bro? Glad you were able to make it. LaSween, I'm glad you're doing well, man. He's always fire with his words and with his ideas. Tina Tomaszewski, so glad you could make it. Barbara Bear, of course, always a pleasure to have that boss here. Mr. Hugh, glad you could stop by for a minute. I know we also had Ozera 6HZ, and then of course Real Cosmology, and he's always got some jokes too. Always got some jokes. And Barb says, have fun, guys. Love you. We love you too, Barb. You know we love you too. And before we go, last but not least, just make sure that you visit Hoffcast.com. Ladies and gentlemen, Hoffcast.com. Go there for all your Hoffcast needs because they're all over my ass all the time. Who knows when I can do a show? Who knows when I can't? But I am streaming on Twitch, Odyssey now. I got videos on BitChute. You can always find this week's stream right here in the middle of the page. It's the one that we're watching right now, that you're watching right now. And go down. I'll put the audio podcast on there. And at the very bottom, if you want to contact me to be on a show or talk to me about anything, connect with Hoffcast. I got the Instagram, Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube down there. So Hoffcast.com. You bosses are awesome. I just want to say once again, thank you all for being here tonight. I appreciate every single one of you. I think you all are really cool people, and I'm glad that we have a place where we can talk about things. You know, it's a lot of fun. And people put up with my nonsense. I think that's cool that people, you know, I'm an idiot sometimes, but people put up with my nonsense. So that's pretty cool. Anyways, I will see you again. Maybe tomorrow night. I'll let you know on Hoffcast.com if I'll be live with a couple guests tomorrow. I'm seeing probably Pop Culture PB. He said he would be on for sure. Maybe Cybernetic Husky. Maybe a couple others. Zod and Squirrel. If they show up, we'll see. I gotta get back to him. And then on Thursday, it's my bad, Steve Arloha. I need to get to you through email, but I will soon. So I hope to see you the next couple of days. If not, I will see you next Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. here on Hoffcast. Thank you all so much. Cheers to you. Hoff signing off.